This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe, anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
It's about comic books and movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote
And all
scripts.
right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 262. I'm Jason,
I'm Jeff. I'm Jim.
and hopefully, if you've stuck around for 261 episodes, this sounds a whole lot better this year. We got all brand new studio mics, and we actually got some nice XLR ones. Jeff did a nice donation to the studio for 3 of them. Nice job, Jeff. Nice job.
Good job, Jeff.
Nice job.
Thank you.
And I did a donation of 1. Well, actually, my parents did for a Christmas gift. But hopefully, everything sounds a lot better this year. And I'm pretty excited about these things, Jeff. I never knew microphones would get me this excited.
I didn't know they would get you that excited either.
They did. I'm a little turned on. I'll be honest.
I'm just proud that all this money that we're making, we're able to afford new equipment.
I don't think that happened.
But I haven't seen this money.
Oh, my bad.
Municipal? Anyway, so this is our first episode of the year. Blake is out sick. He has...
He's worked himself too hard the last 2 weeks.
He has. Actually, he's not sick. Since the government shut down, he thought we were a government-sponsored podcast. We're not. That's the stump one down the hall. But, yes, so he's out this week. Hopefully he's back next week and feeling better. We told him not to bring any germs to the studio. So, Jeff, did you miss this?
I wouldn't exactly say I missed it.
Okay.
It was a nice break.
I feel like...
I'm not saying, that, oh my God, I don't want to do it anymore. I enjoy doing this. But it was nice to get a break for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we had 3 weeks off, and we record on Tuesdays. It was very nice to have, recharge the batteries, get creative. Well, I don't know about creative. But it was nice to come back after having a little bit of time off.
Especially since the holidays were falling on our record day.
Yeah, and especially since I feel like by the end of the year, we're just pretty much exhausted. The holidays are coming up, like you said. I feel like it's nice to have a little time off there. So, Jim, how are you?
I am doing well. I mean, if you guys just want to take time off, just pull a Blake.
We could.
Just don't show up.
That's true. That is true. But my government, my company didn't shut down. Thank God.
And I'm a little worried that if I badmouth Blake, he's going to get mad at me. He's not listening.
He should. So, so we are back. So from now on until who knows when, we'll have all new episodes, at least until Christmas time, and then we'll record. We still had new episodes. So yes, moving on. Can we have a breath of silence for Mean Gene Okerlund? Some sad news. Anyways, sad day. Poor Mean Gene. Hulk Hogan came out on Monday Night Raw last night, Jim, and he talked about Mean Gene.
2 other people passed away the same day that Mean Gene did.
Can you please tell us?
The captain from the Captain Tennille.
Daryl Dragon.
And who was the third?
Oh, I can't remember either. And it was the one that I was actually most distraught over.
I'll find out who died.
Yeah, look that up.
I will look that up.
Now I'm angry at myself for forgetting.
Real quick on wrestling. Well, first off, Mean Gene. If you grew up watching the wrestling in the 80s, you know who Mean Gene is.
Mean Gene was the one that held everything together.
Yes.
He was the glue of the WWF.
And we put something on our Facebook page at the History of Bad Ideas on Facebook, showing WWE sent a video out of the best clips of Mean Gene. So go to our Facebook page, like us too if you're there, please. We really appreciate that. Gets us noticed. But yes, it shows the best clips of Mean Gene, and I forgot all about him and Hulk Hogan tagging up in wrestling. I forgot all about that in the training montages back in the day.
Oh, that was sweet.
It was. It was. I think he chased a chicken. Oh, no, that was Vince McMahon that chased the chicken for the Royal Rumble to get ready in 99. But, yeah, Mean Gene was amazing. So, yeah, the sad moment there. Who else was the other person? Did we find out?
It was Bob Einstein, better known as Super Dave Osborne.
That's who it was. Which I never knew that wasn't his name back in the day when I was growing up with Dave Letterman. I thought that was his name was Dave Osborne.
I could see that. That's how the character.
Was he a comedian in real life? Is that what he was?
He was a writer first or whatever.
Okay.
He was a comic writer. I don't think he was like a stand-up, but he was started out as a writer and got doing guests and skits on, I can't remember what show it was.
Bizarre.
Well, then he went to Bizarre after
I
that.
know he
Yeah,
did
that's
Bizarre, and then
where I first noticed him as Super Dave Osborne. But
What's bizarre?
it was an HBO original comedy like sketch show.
starring John Biner, he was a comedian.
John Boehner?
No,
No,
not
okay.
Boehner. Biner with a
You
Y.
mean-
There's a Y in his
Oh,
name.
sorry. I was going to say, that's down the hall. We don't do that. Let's see here. Real quick news on wrestling today. Jim would be excited about this. Well, probably not. But, he's closest to me here on wrestling. No one else loves it as much as I do. AEW.
Ever, anywhere. No one loves it as much as you anywhere.
I'm okay with that. Now I just got to find out how to make money with my love of wrestling. Wrestling is not in that card. I can't wrestle. All Elite Wrestling from Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks was announced. They had the pep rally today. It's a new organization funded by the Khans, who do Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, did you see the colors they were wearing?
No.
They were in the thing. They were wearing all like teal.
Yeah.
And like Jaguars colors.
Well, did you see some of the news, though, coming out of it?
Not right.
Okay. So they supposedly Khan, his son, has $100 million of his money into it.
Yes.
Which he's been a wrestling fan since he was 7, he said.
Oh, he's a huge wrestling fan.
So that's good. That's the first thing. The rumor is that TBS is picking them up for an hour-and-a-half show. That would be
Good.
awesome. The first pay-per-view match or pay-per-view is May 25th. That's the kickoff to the series or to the federation. But today they announced some of the signings. First off, you have Cody Rhodes, who's running it, along with Khan. You have his wife, who's intelligent as hell. She's running the marketing, basically, merchandising. Young Bucks are in there. They're smart. They're vice presidents as well. Hangman Page is there. He's great in New Japan wrestling. And then Neville, a.k.a. Pac, showed up and signed. So he's there.
That'll be good.
That's nice. The Southern Cal guys came in. Chris, the Fallen Angel. Chris, keep on saying Matthews. That's not it.
No.
Chris Daniels.
Chris
Chris
Angel?
Daniels.
No. Chris Daniels. Kazarian, or however you say his name. And there's another one in their group. I always forget. Frank. I forget what the other guy's name is. They signed. I know I'm missing a couple other ones. The big one, Chris Jericho signed.
Seriously?
Yes, he signed. He came out and talked.
Did they get Goldberg yet?
Goldberg is the rumor for the commissioner role. Not showing up, not wrestling every week, but he'll be the commissioner, which I'm okay with him in that role.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
They said they want to make a splash and get a big headliner, kind of like that in there. But I think Jericho's good. Again, Cody is a good enough wrestler to carry a lot of this stuff. But
He is above average wrestler, but he can sell the shit out of things. Like, not just in the ring, but outside the ring. The nice one that I like that not a lot of people know is, Major League Wrestling is the one I watch. And Conrad Thompson is the owner of it, and or is involved in it. Well, he's now involved in AEW, so I don't know what's going on with that. So I haven't had enough time to look at it. But one of the intriguing wrestlers they signed was Maxwell J. Friedman, who is in Major League Wrestling. He's basically a rich prick, and he's young. He's like 22, 23, and he is a decent wrestler, and he'll probably be, and he's signed with AEW too. Which I was upset he left MLW, but I'm glad he's in it. Big thing is all wrestlers, whether you're women or men, it's going to be equal pay based on your standing. Where how they signed you in that. So there's no sliding scale. I guess on the merchandise is different in WWE with men and women. In AEW, they're not doing that. It's all equal. So good for them.
So the women are going to have a more prominent role. They're probably going to get better talent then.
Yeah. Well, that's what they were thinking. And they signed with OEW, which is Oriental Wrestling, or OWE, Oriental Wrestling Exchange. I don't know, something like that. So they're going to get a lot of Japan names. But I'm excited about it. You know what? If you can get something out there, another federation that actually has backing for it, that's awesome.
I'm going to have to contact to see if the hot young Briley Pierce is going to make any appearances with his group of people, with him. Judas Drazen, John Morrison, and those guys.
Well, Morrison's the Impact wrestler champion.
He's an Impact.
But it would be interesting to see if they're doing it. And the big thing is that Kenny Omega, the biggest star in the world in wrestling, is coming to AEW because he's friends with all of them.
Yeah.
I have not seen much with Kenny Omega. I just keep hearing about him. But that's huge because WWE supposedly made him a huge offer and he turned it down for AEW. And the other cool thing is Cody Rhodes and Young Bucks have a lot of names that came from New Japan to WWE. AJ Styles, The Club, which is Carl Anderson and Gallows, Finn Balor, Nakamura. All their contracts are up this year. And their rumor is that AJ signed through April. He signed a 3-month extension to get through WrestleMania. Nakamura is up in this summer, I believe. And Gallows and Anderson are up at the end of the year. And Ty Dillinger is friends with them, and he's been tweeting about AEW. So if you could get some of those guys, I would not be surprised if AEW gets Styles. He lives near Jacksonville. He doesn't want to be on the road anymore, and they're paying decent money, obviously. I could see them getting AJ.
So the other big get I think they should get is with Cody Rhodes involved, are they going to get Gold Dust?
I think it would be awesome if they had Gold Dust. The impressions sound better on the mics.
Do you think
Yes, Jeff.
that
Yes.
Gold Dust would switch and still do that type of character?
No, the rumor is that
No.
he's going to be doing... No. The rumor
I'm
is
like,
that
shouldn't he be tired of doing that
he's
shit?
still doing it.
Well, he's getting paid for it.
Yes.
But if he can get paid to not do that,
It was his idea. One of his ideas.
well, apparently his others failed, or
He had some
McMahon
rough-
didn't like his others.
I'm just going to run in there and kick people in the nuts.
You know what? I like it.
but wait. I'm going to paint myself black and gold and just be really, really weird.
It was his idea to wear the lingerie at WrestleMania 12 when he fought Piper and got stripped of it. The rumor is that he's going to join them next year as a producer and behind the scenes.
I definitely see that happening.
I think it's funny because I think WWE, nobody's going to take them down. They're Disney of wrestling. No one's taking them down. But-
I don't know. Vince is going to be stepping away to do his football. Linda's working for the government.
Well, she's not working now.
No, she probably still is.
No, I know she is.
Those people are still working.
What do you mean, those people?
The cabinet, the politicians.
Well, they're not working when we did a regular in session.
Well, they're still getting paid.
Oh,
How's
sorry, my
that?
bad.
I want to kind of congratulate Linda for being one of the holdovers of this cabinet who hasn't quit.
Do you think she's just in an office somewhere in the East Wing, away from everybody?
She's hanging out with Ben Carson.
Is that it? Is Carson still in the cabinet?
Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
Still HUD.
Does he know he's still in the cabinet?
No.
Okay.
Rick Perry, he's still in the
Rick
cabinet, isn't he?
Perry's still in there.
Is he still energy?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Well, that's a surprise because they were going to dismantle Energy, weren't
Yes,
they?
and it was his idea.
Was Devo still in there too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think those 4 are
I think there were 6.
okay.
I forgot all about Perry. So anyway, so AEW is going to be interesting. May 25th. I'm excited for it. So we'll see what happens with it, though. If they can get some of those guys, I don't think you're ever going to take down WWE, but you're going to make a dent into them.
We want Wrestling Wars again. The Raw and
Yeah.
SmackDown.
Well, they got they did trademark Tuesday Night Dynamite, and SmackDown in the fall is going to Friday nights on Fox, which is great for them because But they're going to be an opening, so the idea is that AEW is taking over Tuesday nights.
Okay.
So TBS or TNT, they said, is the deal. So I'm excited for it. I think you get the cons behind it. They're going to get a lot more mainstream stuff, and they're going to get deals better. So I'm excited for it. Good for them. Anytime you have competition, I'm good with.
Yeah, and I think it's a smart idea not to have your programs at the same time.
Correct.
Like they did in the 90s when Raw and SmackDown, or not SmackDown, Raw and Nitro went against each other, and it was like you had to watch one or the other, flip between, so you weren't getting everything.
Well, you can DVR everything now.
That's true, you can do that
Well,
now,
a lot of it is not even their ratings on TV. It's more even streaming online.
Yeah.
Major League Wrestling is on the BN network, which I don't even know where you can find that network on. And it's on DirecTV, I think. But a lot of they get like 100,000 to 200,000 views just on YouTube. That's where I watch it. They have their own channel. So, like I said, anytime you have competition, it's going to be interesting. I'm all for it. So there's your wrestling news.
No, I have a little fun story about this.
Yeah.
My coworker, who's a listener, Michael Pierce, he big Jacksonville Jaguars fan, and big wrestling fan too. We've been watching all the Royal Rumbles.
Oh yeah, I've been doing that too on the way on my bus ride home. Yeah,
We've been watching the Royal Rumbles, but he met another Jacksonville fan.
there's two.
Yes,
Wow,
who is really good friends with Khan's son.
really?
Yes.
Really?
And so they're talking about with wrestling and everything, and Pierce is like, maybe I can get a lot of free stuff or find a job with this.
If he can get some AEW shirts for us, that would be appreciative.
Because the guy said,
That's all you want is a shirt?
Well, yeah.
How about a job?
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
the guy was talking to Pierce, and he mentioned Pierce to Khan's son, I believe, and he's like, oh, I'd like to meet him.
Done.
Yeah.
Now, I tweeted out something. I've been watching the Rumbles. Have you watched the 1988 one? That's the first official one. On paper, it was the one Duggan wins, and I was watching it, and this is an old throwback. Sam Houston was beating up Danny Davis in the Rumble, and I go, well, that's 1980s right there, wrestling. It's like Sam Houston, who had like a cup of tea with the WWF at the time. WWF. But it was great because Bret the Hitman Hart was number 1, first wrestler in the Rumble ever, officially, and he lasted like 40 minutes or so. He lasted until 18. There was only 20 wrestlers in the first one, and unfortunately, Duggan won. He beat...
Now, Danny Davis, wasn't he a referee?
Yes.
Okay.
Dangerous
Danny
Davis. And even his tights were black and white.
Oh, yeah.
But he was so over. People hated him so much. Anytime he came close to the ropes to be eliminated, they were cheering for it. And he lasted a while. But Duggan beat, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, beat Dino Bravo, rest in peace, and One Man Gang. And the fourth guy in it, Don the Rock Morocco. Of course, it really pissed me off every time they said The Rock. I kept waiting for Dwayne Johnson. I forgot.
I think one that we watched that we just had to laugh was, I think it was 2006 maybe or 2007. It was Batista and Cena
Oh, when they tied?
when they tied, and they weren't supposed to tie.
Yes, they fucked
And
up.
They fucked up, and they both fell out of the ring, and they were supposed. Batista was supposed to hold on, but he lost his grip on the ropes, and they both fell and hit almost at the same time.
Yes.
And Vince came down all pissed off, comes down, and he goes to jump in the ring.
Oh, that's when he hurt himself?
And he rips both his quad muscles.
And he's sitting there on the ground yelling at them. Which you got to give the guy cojones there because he's laying on the ground, both quads torn, doing his part.
Got to be in so much pain.
Oh yeah, he does. But he's a showman, so the show must go on.
But he's just sitting there against the rope.
So his anger was real.
Yes.
His tears were real.
He was irate that they fucked it up.
Well, I knew he came down screaming, and I thought that was just the act.
Oh no, they fucked it up.
And they the wrestlers and the officials and the refs there did a great job in trying to make it look kind of flawless.
Correct.
Yeah, I
Correct.
got like no, he did it, and they raised one guy. No, he raised his hand, and then
No, they did a great job. If that was a mistake,
Yeah,
they
it
did
was
a
a
great job
mistake.
of covering it up.
There, I will say the 1990s from like mid 90s till like 2001. There's some really bad rumbles.
the one that lasts about
35 minutes.
35 minutes.
Yeah.
That was we're watching that one, and we're like,
Did they get enough people in the ring?
It was 30 wrestlers, but it was 60 seconds. They went to 1 minute
1
intervals.
minute intervals.
They never
Well,
did it again.
1 minute. There was
Yeah.
a couple that were longer, like
Whatever the story called for.
Yeah.
when Hart came out and beat up
Owen.
Owen. Yeah,
Yeah.
So he didn't even get to the ring.
Yeah, and then there was others. It was like I think that was 28 seconds.
Yeah.
But it was Shawn Michaels beat the Bulldog because the Bulldog threw him over. He didn't touch. He thought he did.
Uh-huh.
But the worst thing is that was the one they said, "Oh, Shawn Michaels went coast to coast first ever." I'm like, it went 35 minutes. He's
Yeah.
okay. He's fine. That's not a big thing.
He was 1, and Bulldog was 2, and they were the last 2 in it.
And they needed to do that because up until that point, Ric Flair was the guy that went the farthest at number 3
Oh, and they
in
did.
'92, and he left already. So they wanted to put one of their new guys in there as the record holder. It's very
So whoever won when it came down to those two was going to be.
Yes.
I mean, they both actually have the record, right?
yeah, because they both went 1 and 2.
Because neither one was in the ring longer than the other. Because once the feet hit,
Correct.
the match was over. So they both have the record, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Well, then it got was Benoit got a number 1, didn't he?
yeah, and he went longer, and then they had to change that up because he had a small issue. I don't know what it was.
They had Ray do it then.
They had Rey Mysterio take over a couple years later.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Mysterio was a.
He was an hour and 6 minutes or something. It was awful.
But
I mean, he's no Billy Kidman.
That's true.
what bothers me now is that all the eliminations, that Reigns has like the most eliminations now.
Yeah.
He just comes in and throws 37 people out.
Well, he Superman punches him, doesn't he?
Not anymore. I don't think he's going to do it this year.
No, probably not.
Well, there's your wrestling talk.
Oh, wait a minute. You said Reigns has has it now. Who had it before for the
Kane.
most eliminations?
Kane. Yeah.
What about what's his?
Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels were next.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought somebody like, oh crap, what's his name? The big guy who just came in and cleared the ring, and then it took 8 people to throw him out.
The Great Khali.
Yeah.
He had the most in a match. I think he had like 13.
Oh, I thought because he did that like a couple years in a row.
Yeah, he had the most in a match. It may have been 12 or 10, and then Reigns beat that record 1 year. Then I think it was him that beat the record.
Yeah. In watching these, we picked 3 we watched 4 of them from like 4 different eras.
Mm-hmm.
And Mabel, Viscera, Big Daddy V, and the world's largest love machine
Oh, I forgot when they made that with him.
was in those 4.
The Big Daddy V might be the worst. Even Viscera looked kind of badass. Big Daddy V was just a big purple marshmallow.
But I mean, the world's the biggest love machine when he was wearing the silk pajamas.
Yes. I forgot about that. No, Big Daddy V, that was the trench coat thing, wasn't it? Okay, my bad.
The world's largest love machine was the
Purple. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
And then he, I forget who it was that they punished. Apparently, the guy did something backstage where
Daniel Puder.
No, it wasn't the pewter one.
Oh, okay.
This one that they put the guy in the middle of the ring and Viscera humped him.
Wow.
Yeah, we watch that Daniel Pewter one all the time. Where just the first 5 minutes of it, where
Benoit.
the first 2 in, it's Benoit and Guerrero,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and then Pewter comes in, and they just beat the snot out of him for 2 minutes.
The good news is the next guy helped Puder out.
Bob Holly then comes in.
The biggest asshole ever.
The guy who was running their developmental
Yes.
stuff at the time.
Yeah.
And so Guerrero and Benoit just step aside and let Bob Holly wail on him.
One of the greatest comments was by Taz, who was announcing at the time, I think he just knocked his areola off.
Yeah. And then Holly goes out and beats him silly for 2 minutes. They throw him out, and then they immediately take out Bob Holly.
Yes.
And Holly's fine with it.
But he did what he wanted to do.
Yeah, because Peter tried to legitimately hurt Kurt Angle.
Yeah. At one of the Tough Enough competitions.
Yeah, because he was a MMA fighter.
And an asshole.
Yeah.
There's your wrestling talk. So if you're new to our podcast, this is what it's kind of about. We just kind of bounce around to different topics. Usually we don't talk 20 minutes about wrestling, but hey, you know what?
We have a good wrestling story to talk about.
We did.
So.
AEW, baby. We're also on Twitter at Bad Ideas Podcast. Follow us there. We appreciate it. Also on our Facebook page, History of Bad Ideas, we put a lot of news and stories out there and ask for you guys' opinions, so do that. This week we had the Twitter poll of the week. What January film are you most excited to see? Jeff, please explain, since you were in the theater business, what is January for movies?
January is pretty much a dump time. Bad movies. Well, you're either going to get movies that have been released in like New York and LA coming out, expanding their release, or you're going to get a bunch of movies that the studios have on their books that they just want to get out and so they can get them off their books. So January tends to be a dump time for bad movies.
Yes, except so we got some options here. Bad Ideas podcast here. Some of the poll this year. If I can talk, I've been out of practice too long. The poll of the week was: what January film are you most excited to see? We got Replicas. We have Glass, Serenity, which is not the Firefly movie.
No.
And other. You can tell us below. And we had a decent amount of listener feedback on this one, so we appreciate it in terms of voting. In last place, tied, Serenity and Replicas with 3%.
Yes, I've never even heard of Replicas before the poll, and the only thing I knew about Serenity was fans of Firefly kept saying, change the name of your movie.
Oh, poor Wash.
Replicas the last 2 weeks has done decent advertising.
Yeah,
campaign.
they've done a
I
pretty good
must
job
have missed them
with it.
because I still don't know what it is.
Okay.
Is that Keanu Reeves?
I believe it is.
He's in it. Basically, I think somebody dies in a car crash, and they try to make a new one out of robots that are like full AI. Like he tries to rebuild his family, I think.
Oh.
I don't know. And then obviously, what happens with robots, Jeff, in sci-fi?
They always turn on you.
Yes,
What?
they became all-knowing. Then in second place, Other. Tell us below. Besotted Geek had Fantastic Beasts 2 and Aquaman.
Because to him, January movies came out in November.
Yes. Way to be timely. It's not like Besotted has a podcast to be updated on.
No, not at all. Or it's not like he has his time spent being the Canadian of the Year.
Nope. Thanks, Scott. Doctor Number 1 had Bossy Breast 2. Came out last week, which I'm excited for.
Dr. Number 1 would be excited for that.
Yes. I don't want to tease anything, but next week we have a plot lines for Bossy Breast 2.
Oh, so I shouldn't look up to see
Nope,
what it is?
don't look up Bossy Breasts. And if anybody does, if they get this plot, I think you're cheating.
Really? You don't think I could be able to figure out what it is?
Nope.
I'll tell you right now.
What?
It's following the events of Bossy Breasts.
See, I think it's a prequel.
Oh.
See?
No, because then it would be Bossy Breasts the beginning.
You think that's the reason?
I believe it's porn.
No.
And so there really doesn't have to be plot.
Oh, that's how you can tell good porn from bad porn.
I still want to know the plot.
If there's a plot, it's good porn.
And you can always send in, listeners. You can send it over to us on Twitter. What plot lines movie you want us to talk about? Basically, we try to figure out what the plot is from a movie we haven't seen. You just have to give us the year and the title. If you want to do porn, that's fine. We'll try to figure out the plot.
Hopefully not just that we haven't seen that we've never heard of before.
Correct. And then, so don't send in Sister Act 2. or Godfather.
I've seen one of those movies.
I know, and sadly, so have I. Sister Act 2.
What do you mean, sadly? Lauryn Hill was great in that movie.
Better than Marlon Brando, I guess. And number 1, 85% of the vote, Glass.
Not
Glass.
a surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little surprised it's a January release. I know they're trying to spread out the calendar a little more. February used to be a pretty bad dumping ground. You would get maybe a couple of romantic comedies around Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. But in the last couple of years with, like, Deadpool coming out in February, and this last year, Black Panther was a February release.
I'm Glass, they said they're looking for 60 to 70 million opening weekend.
Ooh, that sounds high to me.
But there's nothing else to really compete against it, unless all the stuff that's still there.
Oh, yeah, all the, maybe expanded releases for the potential Oscar winners and whatnot. But, yeah, since the Oscar nominees have not been released yet, no one knows what movies they want to watch before the Oscars yet.
Also, let everybody know that the Golden Globes was this weekend. Scab Jeff will be on next weekend. Since we got new studio, new monitor, or new microphones, we kind of wanted to make sure everything was okay.
We didn't want Scab Jeff to come in and ruin the studio.
Yeah, pretty much.
Spill his beer on it.
And also, congratulations to Scott again for being the Canadian of the Year from the Pop Culture Cafe podcast. So just want to let you know. Let's see here. Also, some other quick news here. We are on Danger Entertainment Network.
Danger.
They started, we got a whole new podcast network there. We got some great pods over there. So check them out. We're also on nerdly.co.uk.
Good day, mate.
Cheeky Monkey.
Something British.
Go on. My Black Lightning reviews start up on nerdly.co. They have, shut up, in a couple weeks.
I have nothing against your reviews.
I know. You
Your
just have
reviews are fine. I have something against that god-awful television show.
Well, speaking of god-awful, but it's not. It's amazing. Riverdale starts up same week. And I keep thinking about doing a review, like a review of each episode for Nerdly.
You should. Go back and review all the old ones, rewatch every single one again, and write a review on it.
Season 2 was not good.
Season 1 was not good.
Season 1 was great. Season 3 has been amazing. And I keep
We
looking.
won't have to talk to him like for weeks if he does that.
The bad thing is, though, it's like, I don't even know how to do a review of Riverdale because it's so batshit crazy. I can't. Anyways, but yeah, we're on those, so check them out. We're on Tangentbound Network, and we're on WeBeGeeksPC.com every Wednesday it comes out. And we got some more things in the cards as well. And we're also on Geek Life Radio. Jeff, keep updating, please.
Sure.
Please do. 10 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern. Or nope, flip those around. 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. Jeff, please update.
Sure.
Anyways, let's see here. Jim, do you want to do some listener feedback?
We can do some listener feedback.
Who's it sponsored by?
It's sponsored by the U.S. government.
Oh.
They didn't send me anything since they're shut down. So
Yeah. So we're not getting paid.
We're not getting
so
paid for
we're not
this.
going to give them the due that they deserve.
I mean, our government employee didn't even show up today.
Speaking of government employees, there's a speech going on right now if you want to listen.
Oh, or you can
Listen
save
to
the
us.
time and listen to Hobie.
Yes, that's better.
So, the bomb listener feedback from Doug.
Number one fan.
Ape hands.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
Is The Masked Singer be better than Riverdale? Or is it going to be better than this English in this question?
Well, what is...
Will The Masked Singer be better than Riverdale? Is The Masked Singer going to be better?
I think when he sent it, it was in Twitter, and he said, "Is this?" and it was a link to the Masked Singer or something. Like that.
Yeah,
Going to be, though.
intern Hackney fucked it up again with the spelling. Good job, Hackney. You know what? If we actually paid, we could get some really good interns.
We are raking in the dough here.
We do. We do.
I keep bringing that up.
The best part is that we have these 15-inch cord or 15-foot cords for these mics that aren't when they're not on the mic stands and that. I can't wait to just walk around the Hobie studio singing. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
That was his best singing I've ever heard.
He loves Tom Jones.
It's not unusual to be loved by you.
And he just stole my idea.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Before you came down, he said he was going to walk around. Specifically mentioned Tom Jones.
Oh,
I thought you were like upstairs listening.
no, I did not hear that part. Great minds think alike.
Because it was me, it'd be Barry Manilow I'm singing.
What did you
Her
think?
name was Lola. She was a showgirl with yellow feathers in her hair and a dress cut down to there. She would merengue and do the cha-cha.
And while she tried to be a star, Tony always tended bar across the crowded floor.
Bum,
They
bum.
worked from 8 till 4.
Bum, bum.
They were young and they had each other. Who could ask for more?
We're at the Copa. Copacabana.
Then I
that's
heard
enough.
a gunshot.
That's the next verse, you idiot.
Oh.
Wow, God, you screwed up the whole song.
We might as well go on with another. Oh, no, yes, it will be better than Riverdale.
Yes, it can't be worse.
This has the highest ratings for a reality show or competition in 3 years on network TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a single minute of it.
Antonio Brown got kicked off the first week.
You can kick people off?
Yeah, it's a competition.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh,
And-
so while only the loser they reveal and
Yes.
the winner keeps going on?
Yeah.
So could Antonio Brown sing at all?
I have no idea. I didn't watch. I just saw that he was kicked off. I don't know who was kicked off last night.
I thought they just had somebody come on. Is it a
Yeah,
competition?
it's 12 people. There's 12 singers.
So Antonio
Wow.
Brown got kicked off. Shouldn't he have been playing for the Steelers?
It was done over the summer.
No, it was actually done over last weekend of the season.
Last weekend, he wasn't there anyway.
Hey,
It didn't
Tomlin, I
matter.
can't make it. Why? I'm singing, bitch. Sorry, that was a little high.
Yeah,
Let me pull
you're
that
yelling in my ear.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's because we're sitting right next to each other. Hi, Jeff.
Okay, next we have From the Dit Man. Better film portraying an aquatic hero. Finding Nemo, Moana, or Aquaman.
We all saw Aquaman.
Yes, we did. We all saw Aquaman over our break.
And what do you think's better of these three?
But which film is better, or which one is better at portraying an aquatic hero?
Let's do that one because that's what he said.
I would say at portraying an aquatic hero, I'd go Aquaman.
What do you think?
I think Nemo's a better film,
Oh, I agree with that.
but portraying an aquatic hero, there really weren't heroes in.
Yeah,
Nemo.
Well, who was a hero? I mean, it was just a
Not
guy.
Not
Yeah.
Marlin. Dory?
Marlin would have been, I suppose, the hero. He was the one going on the journey.
I'm going with the fish in the fish tank in the dentist's office because I really like them a lot.
Okay, Bloat was your
Bloat
favorite.
was funny. The porcupine fish. I will say, I guess Aquaman portrays a better hero. For the best film of those three, it's Moana for me. I love Moana. We actually watched some of that tonight. Aquaman, Jeff, did you like it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. It was. I'd probably give it a. I know this is not a joking B minus, but I'd give it a B minus
On Aquaman?
on Aquaman. You know, comparing to my scale of other movies and especially superhero movies.
And what did you give it?
Probably give it a solid B.
Solid B.
I like the graphics and everything. It was maybe a little too much CGI. Mm-hmm. You can tell. One person I saw, they were like, it looked almost like a video game with so much CGI in the underwater scenes.
Yeah.
Well, I heard a comparison to a video game, not just the look, but the script. You do that, you fight a minor level boss man. You do this, you fight some henchmen, then you move up to a higher boss man, and then at the end you get the main boss.
Katie, thanks for that.
I thought, I love Black Manta. There's no point to him being in it, except to set him up, like you said, Jim,
Yeah,
for
you
the
set
next
him up.
one.
I mean, they had him too much in it. You have even the beginning scene you can put him in, and how they do that, kind of lead it off, and then he's gone, and then he can come back later in another in the next installment. But making him a side boss,
Yeah.
So the idea was that they were going to do a Legion of Doom at the end of the film, like after credits, and they scrapped it because Justice League was so bad. Because Black Manta was going to join the Legion of Doom. Lex Luthor, Deathstroke, and all that. So they scrapped that, and then they did what they did. I enjoyed Aquaman. I felt a little long. My 8-year-old really loved it. He enjoyed it a lot. Because a couple weeks before, we saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Universe. And I love that movie. I think that's one of my favorite films of the year, actually.
I can agree with you on that.
I thought, not just animated, I just think it was a great film. It was enjoyable. And Spider-Gwen was awesome. But Aquaman, I enjoyed it. I don't know if I liked it better than, I don't think I liked it better than Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman, the first 2/3 of Wonder Woman was a better film.
I agree.
Yeah.
The last third was not as good.
Yeah, as far as final boss battles, I think Aquaman was probably a little better than Wonder Woman, but the movie overall for Wonder Woman was better than Aquaman.
And a little spoiler here, Ocean Master was a great villain. He's in the comic books. When they showed the trench, I was shocked because James Wan, the director, said that he was saving them for the next one, which you could still do more. Mm-hmm. But I love the trench characters from the new 52. So that was kind of cool. I did like that they did Ocean Master because he's not a known character that they would have done. So I like that. Spoilers, they didn't kill him. He's alive. It's his brother. He's alive.
Yeah.
I
So
like that.
when does Aqualad join the...
He got killed. What? Yeah, he got killed in the movie. He was in the background in the battle scene.
They didn't even give him a name before they killed him?
I did have some confusion, though. There was parts of it. Okay, so can they breathe on land or not?
If you have royal blood.
Yeah, they mentioned
Is
that
that
in the
what it
movie.
was?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Okay.
people with
So-
the
so
royal
the
blood
people-
can breathe air and water, while like your minions and all that, all they do is breathe underwater. So that's why
Okay.
they had to wear the suits.
Yeah, and that's what I was confused about because Ocean Master was fine on the submarine at the end, but not...
Because he's of royal blood.
Okay, and I get that now. But at the time, I was like, well, why can he do it? But then Mira was sapping the air away. I guess she was just actually taking the oxygen away and everything else when she had him down there when she was saving Aquaman from the first battle, when he was getting his ass kicked.
Oh, yeah.
And he was having trouble breathing. Okay, that makes more sense then. I like the suits that the minions wore, the white ones. I thought those were kind of cool. I don't think they were practical for fighting.
I hated that chase scene.
I enjoyed the chase scene, but there was no point to it.
It was, completely superfluous. It didn't
Yeah.
have to be there.
It was a Super Mario Land. Now that great, Jeff. Now I have to think of it as a video game.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
It was like the Battletoads race scene.
Yeah, there was no need for them to have to attack them and on the land or whatnot because they were so. It served no point
No.
to advance that story.
No. Let's see here. What else you got, Jim?
We have from the Cinema Guys.
Hey, Brad.
With all the success of Spider-Man, could you see a Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark Broadway revival with a new music from Bono and the Edge happening?
No, I cannot see that at all.
If you haven't seen Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, check out our Facebook page. We had that listed last week. And then thanks to the Cinema Guys on Twitter, they made me go down a rabbit hole of watching video from the Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark Broadway. That was that failed.
That was done by, what's her name?
Julie Taymor?
Julie Taymor, who had huge success with Lion King,
Okay, yeah, I think she did do Lion King.
They tried...
and then she did Across the Universe.
She was the film director for Across the Universe.
Oh.
She's well regarded and respected, but Spider-Man just failed on all levels.
It's not good, from what I saw.
Yeah, it had so many like mishaps and setbacks.
One guy got crippled, I think.
Yeah,
One of the stuntmen,
Ooh.
before it even came out. And
I
then
mean,
they
I knew someone got hurt. I didn't know crippled.
Yeah, and then they rewrote like 80% of the story, and it was not good. Like if you see the battle scene when he's fighting Carnage, Kraven, and them, oh, it's not good. It's not good.
I'm gonna go on the Spider-Man. I actually just saw Homecoming for the first time.
Oh, okay.
this
Did you
past
enjoy
week. I really enjoyed it, and the post-credit scenes was one of my favorite I have ever seen.
What was the post?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what that was.
Captain America.
It was a Captain America
Yep.
doing the video about having patience and waiting for something, and pretty much like waiting for something, and this is all.
Oh, about waiting. You're waiting for something good for the post. Yeah.
Can Chris Evans always be Captain America? I really hope so. They said, I guess during the NCAA college football game yesterday, fuck you, Bama. Maybe you shouldn't play 4 FCS teams, every year. Anyways, moving on. They showed another extended trailer for Ms. Marvel, or Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
I didn't even watch. I don't want to see trailers this much. I don't. I can't. Stop showing them.
I saw the trailer, and I'm still intrigued.
Oh, I really want to see. And my oldest,
I'm already
oldest
sold on the movie, so I don't
Yeah.
need to see the trailers.
my oldest son, every time a commercial comes on, he gets excited for it. It's like I think it's when is it? March? Is it
I think so.
I think it's March.
Sure.
We're going with March, right till proven wrong. But yeah, I saw they threw another trailer. I was like, no, I don't want to see it. I already saw the first trailer. I'm good. What else we got?
We got the political corner with Dev.
Well, we can't do this one because Blake's not here. So moving on.
We can.
Oh, okay, we can.
I'll do it. Ford Motor Company maintains that its recent layoffs were part of a planned reorganization. Trump promised workers that they would have so many auto industry jobs and no one would lose their job. Can we finally admit Donnie's economic policies aren't working? Down the hall. Okay, so from Meow God, let's get real here. It's 2019. We guys know that undies are essential innerwear for a lot of occasions. Which undies do you prefer and why? Is there a certain cut that fits you best? Do you have any advice when shopping for them?
Jeff, you want to start?
I suppose I will.
Okay.
I wear boxer briefs. I prefer the ones with the longer legs, 9-inch inseam versus the 6-inch inseam.
Okay.
What else was he asking?
If Donnie's policies are working.
No.
Do you have any advice when shopping for them?
Try to find ones that are expensive. Seriously, do you know how fucking expensive they sell underwear for? That's ridiculous.
That's what my next question. That's what my answer is. I do Duluth. I love Duluth.
Oh, I don't. I tried them.
Love
I really disliked them.
So, first off, let me just say this. We were next at a Cincinnati Comic Expo. We were next to a booth that was selling underwear, and I got a narwhal type of underwear, to which my wife said, "You're 40 years old almost, and you have narwhal underwear."
I see absolutely no problem with
She
that.
doesn't either, but she still mocks me for it.
Yeah, it's
To which
funny.
my kids say, "Hey, do you have your narwhal underwear on?" So, anyways, and they are from T Spirit, I think it was T Spirit. I will say those quite possibly are some of the most comfortable underwear I've ever had. It's the boxers, you know.
Yeah, boxer briefs.
Yeah. Duluth, I got a gift card from for Christmas for Duluth, and I will say that the Duluth ones, again, boxer briefs. 6-inch ones are nice. I also have the 9. I think those are nice. They're nice and cold. They keep everything good. And I was able to go in after Christmas, use my gift card for $25, and I was able to get 5 pairs or 4 pairs for a total of $20. So I was pretty happy. They were on sale for $14, which is they're usually like $25 to $26 per pair. So that was nice.
That's good getting them.
Yeah, I think I got 4 pairs. It was for $20, and so my goal is eventually to get all Duluth because I love them.
Yeah.
But I can't. I hate paying $25 a pair for them.
Oh, I agree. No, yeah, I got Duluth under. I don't like the feel of that material. It feels ugh to me.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of scratchy, itchy to me.
I get Fruit of the Loom. I don't know, just
White undies?
No,
Okay.
I get the. I think there's a time to have briefs, boxer briefs, and wear boxers at all time. At different
Or
times.
none.
No, I've never found a good time to wear boxers. I despise wearing boxers.
I wore them back when I was like teenage years, like because everybody was doing back then. Like, oh, boxers. I can't stand them. I feel like they ride up. I can't do it.
I need some sort of support that boxers can't give you.
So, like Kramer says, it's a flipping, it's a flopping.
Exactly. I
Yep.
don't understand. Oh no, that
I am currently wearing boxers right now.
there is not a single time. I mean, I don't understand why you just don't not wear underwear if you're wearing boxers. I mean, it's the same feeling. But no, I buy my underwear from MeUndies,
Ooh,
subscription service,
really?
where you get a new one every month.
Do you go through a lot of underwear?
No,
Oh, okay.
just get
Well, I guess
one
that's
a
12
month,
pairs a
so
year.
12
yeah.
pair a year, and then by the time you can recycle the old ones
Yeah,
out.
that's true.
Now I've only been doing this for about a year and a half now.
How much is it?
It's $16 a month.
Okay.
I mean, it's more than I really want to pay for underwear, but if you're looking for good underwear,
Yeah.
you're not going to get it for much cheaper than that.
Oh.
It's got to be tagless.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It does
Yes,
have to be.
tagless. Yeah. No, tagged on underwear suck.
Tags on T-shirts suck, like undershirts. I hate that. I've finally gone. I do Fruit of the Loom ones, but they have the non roll up ones, and they're expensive, but they're worth it.
Actually, Hanes are okay.
I think it's Hanes. Actually, it might be Hanes that does that. I forget which one, Fruit of the Loom or Hanes. But yeah, it's got to be tagless. I agree. So look at you. Maybe you could get them to be our sponsor.
Maybe I can, because I know they sponsored at least for some time being Kevin Smith and the which one?
Smodcast?
No, it wasn't the Smodcast. Which one did we listen to?
Hollywood Babylon.
I think it was Hollywood Babylon.
Who was it? What's their name?
MeUndies.
MeUndies. Okay.
I had heard of them, and then I heard Kevin Smith advertising for them, and I'm like, maybe I'll check them out.
We'll be whores. We don't even need money. Just send us free underwear.
Yeah, I will pimp them out for free underwear.
So what is Jeff's What is Jeff's wall here? Free underwear.
I'd pimp them out for free underwear. That's fine.
Oh, I agree. What else we got?
From Michael Liao. Or Michael Liao. Have you ever accidentally watched a movie with a relative, friend, or stranger that turned out to have an inappropriate level of strong sexual content? Who was it, and how did you deal with it?
Well, they were a stranger, so I didn't know who it was. Oh, and I think everyone was expecting that level of content in the porn theater. Oh, wait. No.
Not Pee Wee Herman. Did you see that somebody was arrested in the local school systems here today because he was a substitute teacher and he was masturbating behind the desk?
During class.
Yes.
I want to see this go to trial or see what happens because he's not getting charged with any. He's getting charged with
indecent.
No, like lewd act or something.
Yeah,
but he didn't expose himself to anybody, and there's really not a whole lot of evidence behind it.
It is pretty creepy though.
It's really, really creepy, and if this guy did it, then he should be
beaten with a hose.
Yeah, it's a middle school teacher.
Yeah, it was middle school.
It was even middle school.
Substitute teacher.
Well, yeah, but I think in my mind I at least thought high school. I don't know.
It was middle school teacher, and if that comes through, then,
like it's okay for a high school teacher, but
Please explain.
But
here,
I suppose the younger the students, the worse it gets.
Yeah, so if he really did do it,
is that our line?
Yeah, that's the line.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
See,
have you ever? I really have never watched it and been awkward around anybody watching any movie. I just know my grandmother told me not to turn on Channel 5, yelled from the top of the stairs because it was murder.
You told this before and you turned it on.
It turned it on, and it was Miami Vice.
And we went, and then turned on like
porn.
Yeah. Turned on like Emmanuel in Space or something that was on HBO.
Bossy Breast 1.
Bossy Breast 1.
Yeah. I remember my dad would go and my parents would go to the video store back in the day. Look it up, kids. And I was the fourth one, and by that time, almost everyone was out of the house, so they didn't give a shit. I remember they rented the Mamba Kings, and there was a lot of nudity in that, which I think surprised them. They didn't care. And then my dad rented Color of Night, and I was in the room, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I was older, but I was still like, I gotta leave. I gotta go. This is not good. And I don't think he realized what it was. Or maybe he didn't give a shit.
I think he probably just didn't care.
Yeah, at that age. So, yeah, so those were the two I remember.
I had the exact opposite really happen. I had a girl, and we were watching a movie, and this is in college, and we get ready to watch a movie, and we watched it, and it was the Susan Sarandon, Sean Penn.
The Death Row one?
Yes.
Oh, dear God.
And, yeah, I mean, stuff was going pretty good, and we watched that movie, and then it was kind of like, I'm just going to go home.
There's no sexy time now.
Yeah,
Dead Man Walking.
And yeah, it was.
What was the one with Kevin Spacey as the
K-Pax?
No, as the what do you call it? The guy on death row.
Oh, David Gale? The Life of David
Life
Gale?
of David Gale. Mm-hmm. I guess that could be real. I wouldn't mind if that was now. He's a little creepy. Hi, guys.
I suppose, I didn't see the movie, but I heard the
plot
twist or
he
whatnot.
Dies.
And I'm like, Oh, that sounds like a shitty story. I'm glad I didn't watch it.
I rented that a long time ago. After I used to get off work, and there would be at like 11 or 12 at night. And when I was out of college, or when I was in college, and so then I would rent a movie, and I got that the one. I'm like, okay, that was enough.
But okay, spoiler alert. Jump ahead about 2 minutes if you don't want me to spoil the life of David Gale for you.
50 or 22 years later.
But isn't that the one where he like actually committed the crime?
Yes.
Just so he could bring this death row case to the court.
Yes. That was the whole purpose of it.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, stupidest plot point I've ever heard.
Way to stand your moral ground. We don't care. I think he did it just to show like how inhumane it was or something like that. Yeah.
So he kills someone to show how inhumane it is to kill people.
Yes. So what else we got, Jim?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dust.
This is obviously from sexy Nick Albright.
Who's so sexy, Nick?
Jeff Christ.
Oh.
Exclamation point.
Mm.
What are you hoping Santa puts in your stocking this Christmas? Hashtag, is there room for me?
There's always room for meat.
It was me.
Not meat.
Same thing. What type of
Is there room for meat?
There's always.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to say, Nick, yes, there is room for you.
And meat.
And I might as well say, I hope he puts you and meat in my stocking.
What type of meat?
Pork chops, steak.
Man meat.
Maybe on the side, but
Sausage.
Sausage.
yeah. Oh, so the Italian sausage.
Big Italian sausage.
So at work we got we always get these things in from our vendors, and they send in this like cheese and sausage meat tray, and it's all wrapped obviously, and basically you can take it home.
Summer sausage.
There you go. And so nobody wanted the Yardo beef, so I took it home. It was summer sausage. And I cut it up at that night, and my wife's like, "What are you going to do with this?" I cut it up, I put a couple pieces on cracker with cheese.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I was like, "Have you never seen sausage, like summer sausage cut up on crackers?" She's like, "No." I was like, "How do you not see this?"
They come in meat and cheese trays.
Exactly.
What? She just hasn't seen them cut down before. She's seen
The cut down, but not the Yardo beef, I guess.
Your wife has been really like
Shelter?
sheltered in her
Yes,
life.
yes.
On New Year's Eve, we were at Stone's Bowling Alley, and we got the super ridiculous like bowling package where we bowled from 6 till 1 o'clock.
On purpose?
Well, we know the people who brought it and everything.
Oh, okay,
so-
okay.
And I guess we got the good package because we got there, and then the owner was there, and he had like a meat and cheese, like a bunch of summer sausage and cheese. So like, oh, we get this. So we were cutting that up and eating that up there. It's like, yeah, I mean, those are delicious.
Those are delicious.
I know for a fact your wife has seen. She's probably not.
I don't care if she's seen your sausage,
She
okay?
loves my sausage. That's all I'm saying.
You leave your sausage out of this.
I can't wait for the next game night.
2 bottles of wine is not going to be enough.
I will have to bring a summer sausage tray.
Is this the foot long? And then
then
some.
Well,
If she starts pulling, I'm out. Literally. What else we got?
From Chad NV at Chad NV.
Hey, Chad.
When it becomes socially acceptable to put quote unquote bro in text or tweets.
Unless you're Zack Ryder, the wrestler, never.
It's
no,
not.
honestly, anything in a tweet is socially acceptable because I don't think tweets are socially acceptable.
Our president communicates with 90% of his language that
And
way.
you're helping my argument.
Okay. Down the hall.
It might be okay if maybe I was talking to Jeff, but I don't think I'd ever call him bro.
Hey, bro.
It would be okay if in your tweet you were asking someone to not tase you.
Brah, don't tase me, brah. Yeah, if it comes with "don't tase me," then it's appropriate. If it doesn't have that, it's not appropriate.
Thanks, Chad, for that. This is an old listener. He's young, but he's been listening to us
He's
for a long time.
veteran listener.
Yes. And Jordan, please let us know if we sound a lot better. We think we do.
Okay, from Jordan D. Mertens at Hojo B1.
Oh, yeah.
Seattle is getting an NHL team. What should the best name to appeal to the youth? Suggestions? We got from Sean from Pittsburgh Nerd, the Supersonics.
Seattle Supersonics.
Besotted Geek would be the Seattle Fortnights.
To appeal to youth,
Kevin at Cincy Explorers at the Caffeines.
because it's in Seattle. I get that.
I like that one. What would you name it?
Well, if we're trying to appeal to the youth,
The Utes.
the Teletubbies?
Not that youth.
Not that
Oh.
youth. Not that, no.
No, not that young.
No, millennials.
What do they call the beanies?
The
The-
beanies?
Yeah, the mascot will wear the
Little beanie
the
hat?
beanie hat.
Okay.
Well, because I despise the term beanie to describe that type of hat. It's like supposed to be a toque,
Yeah.
but they call them beanies, and I'm like, no, beanies have little propellers on the top. That's not a beanie, but that's what they call them. So if I'm trying to appeal to them, I'll call them the beanies.
I think it would be good if they called them the Seattle Pikachus.
I choose you.
Oh,
I was going with the Seattle protesters.
could they be all Pokemon, or does it have to
The
be
Seattle
Pikachu?
Pokemon?
Yeah,
Could be
Okay.
Seattle Pokemon.
I think Nintendo probably has to own the team for that to happen. But hey, why not?
I'm fine with that. I'm going Seattle protesters. I feel like that's a good one. Activists, the Seattle activists.
Ooh, activists. That could
Seattle
be.
hipsters?
See, that's derogatory, though. That can be derogatory.
No, they embrace hipsters now.
Yeah, but...
I mean, we use it as an insult. They embrace it. It works perfect.
Yeah.
That's because we're
Although,
old.
although I don't think the skaters would want to be on the hipster team.
I like that they have to wear hipster gear.
No helmet, just a beanie.
Yep. Yep.
But they would all have nice beards, like not non-shaven, but very trimmed, and put product in their beards.
You know, if this was...
What's the point of having a beard if you have to put product in it?
It makes it look nice and shiny.
No, what's the point? I mean, the point of having a beard is so you don't have to spend time taking care of your face.
You're asking somebody that can't grow a beard. It's patchy.
It can look trimmed. It can look decent. I don't.
I mean, but I mean, God, putting that crap in it and having it shaped and you people are crazy. You're crazy.
Crazy.
Okay, talking about beard product. Let's see. Let's put intern Hackney on. See what he thinks about beard product. So
He has a horrible beard.
You have to get back with us on that one. Okay.
can barely-
We're going to make our intern put product in his beard.
He barely can grow one.
Okay, from Des Hassing. You have to select a movie for tonight. 1, $1 Million Mystery, 1987. 2, Cannonball Run 2. 3, Smokey and the Bandit 3. Which do you choose?
I would choose one, The $1 Million Mystery, because I don't know that movie and haven't seen it. I have already seen the other two.
That's my answer, too, actually.
I haven't seen $1 Million Mystery either, but I'd probably choose Cannonball Run 2. It's a horrible movie.
Is it as bad as we remember? Like, it's bad, right?
Yes.
It's bad, but it's fun.
It's
Okay.
fun. I mean, when I
it's just-
saw as a kid and everything, it was fun. It's kind of nostalgic for me.
Except for the Frank Sinatra cameo.
It's not on you. Nope, wrong one. New York,
Yes, he
Okay.
did sing that. Or My Way. I did it.
Oh, fuck him, and it was my way. God, I can't stand Sinatra.
Way.
I'd rather listen to Frank Sinatra Jr. Cannonball Run
Or
2
Nancy Sinatra.
God, no.
These boots are
are
made
made
for
for
walking.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
And that's
For some
just
reason, I kept
what
thinking of
they'll
Nancy
do.
Reagan. Nope.
One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
Cannonball Run 2, is it better than Caddyshack 2?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
But it is also better than Smokey and the Bandit 3.
Jim, what's the best movie about caddies?
Caddyshack.
What's the worst movie about caddies?
Caddyshack 2.
Good job. Let's see, what else?
Smokey and the Bandit 3 should not be watched by anyone.
Do they make only 3?
I
Yes.
think so, yes.
Is Burt Reynolds in it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, he might make a cameo appearance.
Who's in it?
Jerry Reed,
Jerry Reed.
is the bandit.
Why?
He gave up his truck.
Because, Well, originally it was supposed to be, from what I understand, Smokey the Bandit 3 was supposed to be Smokey is the Bandit, and like it was supposed to be some delusional thing in Jackie Gleason's mind. But after they like wrote and started filming that, they realized how stupid that was.
That's always a good
And
sign.
so they kind of got Jerry Reed to be Bandit because Bruce
Bruce Valanche.
yeah.
Bruce Valanche was busy.
Was Sally Field in it?
No.
No.
Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer. She's in all crappy sequels.
She is in no crappy sequel.
Sorry to say.
What, like Ant-Man and Wasp?
Okay, she's in one good one.
Yes, Grease 2. She is in a good one.
Did you see Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yes.
Okay. I forgot that we saw.
Have you seen Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yeah, my son and I really like that one. It's on Netflix now.
Your opinion on the post-credit scene?
Love the post credits. I liked it. I like that it was in Quantum Verse at the end. I like that. I did like the trailer for the Avengers Infinity War that he's at the door knocking. Yeah. Hey, remember me? I got big.
Like, yeah, they're like, I thought he was dead.
Is this a recording? No. Hey, hello. What else we got? Let's wrap this up.
Oh, we got from Scary Thoughts at Scary Thoughts 2, a.k.a. Canadian of the Year.
Yay!
He's doing his Canadian of the Year. He's sending us questions. What would be your second favorite nation be on Earth, and why is it Canada?
Canada is my favorite nation on Earth.
Canada wouldn't be my second favorite because it's number one.
No, I think he's saying, why is Canada your favorite? What would the second be, and why is your favorite Canada?
Oh, I think he was assuming we were putting Canada.
You know what? I don't
number
care
two,
either
but-
way. Canada's still our
Well,
favorite.
could Canada be 1 and 2?
No, New Zealand.
I agree.
There you go.
New Zealand is our favorite number 2.
Oh, I was going somewhere else.
Well, then you can go somewhere else. Jason and I are going to New Zealand and
3 is
visit
Britain.
Hobbit holes.
I don't want your hobbit hole. No, nothing good can ever come from holes. Especially the movie holes. Ugh.
That had a great star. He's an awesome actor.
Shia LaDouche. What's your-
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
That was a terrible casting for that movie.
Yeah.
They should have left him in the hole.
No, Shia LaBeouf as the Stanley Yelnats. I read the book Holes.
Oh, okay.
And Shia LaBeouf is not the character from the movie.
book.
From the book.
And what's your nations?
My number 2 nation would probably Greece,
The movie or the country?
the country.
Oh, okay. You could probably buy the country for about $10,000 now.
I'm going to get euros.
Good call. Good call.
Well, shit, if I could... Really? I can go probably buy a Greek island for that cheap?
Oh, I'm sure. They collapsed pretty bad. You can probably buy it in Bitcoin if anybody knows how to
Germany,
use Bitcoin.
but Germany bailed them out.
Oh, like, what has Germany ever done that's bad?
What have the Romans ever done for us?
See, I think Germany should have tried this European Union long before they actually tried to take over Europe. Because economically, they can just do it right now.
It's kind of the Dr. Evil thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like he froze himself, and then while they were waiting for him to come back, they actually put together a multinational conglomerate that pretty much ran the world.
then
But
comes
he
out and
wanted
fucks
his
it out.
evil science plans.
Yeah.
The good news is the Germans built roads in Greece, so that helped. I don't know why. They did a lot of good things. They built roads. What do we got? Let's wrap this up.
From Professor Number 1 at Doctor Number 1, if you could take one attribute from the 4 members of Hobie to make the perfect podcaster, what would they be? And beauty from Jeff does not count.
I don't understand why that wouldn't count.
I think he
suppose
says
the
that's so obvious.
I think it may be because the perfect podcaster doesn't need to be beautiful.
I would say Jeff does have a good voice. Jeff has a good voice. It's
Really?
very steady.
Oh, okay.
It's deep. It's steady. I would say that. I'm going to take your voice.
Oh, I wasn't going to take my voice,
Okay, we're going to take your tech prowess because no one else can do tech around here.
which is pretty sad.
Yes.
Well, my tech prowess being the best is what I mean. 'cause
We could if I tried maybe, but I don't.
If you
care
apply
to. Yeah, if I
yourself.
applied myself.
Okay.
Because I was going to say, if I can't have my beauty, I would offer my girth.
Oh. Moving on.
So
So we're-
most podcasters are big and fat and live in mom's basement. So
He just lives in his sister's upstairs. It's not the basement; it's the upstairs. Anyways, I'm going to go with my marketing.
Yes, I will definitely take Jason's. What am I?
PR, marketing, salesmanship.
Your ability to actually care and plan ahead.
Thank you.
That's where I suffer.
Because I
greatly.
can't half-ass it. I can't.
I whole ass it.
I know you do.
I'll take my spontaneity.
I like that.
I can give you that.
I'll just whatever, just because honestly, I do very little prep work for this.
You show up, Blake.
It
What
won't
would
take
we
Blake's
take Blake?
attendance.
No.
We'll take no. Blake is good. We will take Blake's.
Ability to tell a story.
No. You know what? I will say. I would say Blake's
Intensity.
intensity is good.
Intensity, confrontational nature,
Yes.
because
Was
that makes
argumentative.
argumentative.
Yeah.
That makes a good podcast.
If not, pardon me. Listen to the first 17 episodes. Jeff, what do you think? You disagree? Yeah. That's good. Moving on. First 17 episodes ever, it was like, well, we never fight. Well, we don't fight in real life, actually. I don't think we can ever, in all honesty, I've known you for what, 20 years almost?
God, yeah,
That's depressing. I don't think we really ever had a major fight.
Oh no.
Like, we may get mad at each other for doing stupid things, but we really, like, within 2 minutes, we're like, yeah, we're
Yeah,
fine.
but I mean, it's like, what? You just did something stupid. You're like, oh yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. I made a bad call. Jim and I, we've had one fight. That was my fault. When I called him about his
What are you
engagement
talking
being
about?
called
You guys-
off.
You guys have fights.
What do you
on-
mean one fight? I mean, this has been
that's true.
It's been one fight, but it's been constant for the last
Yeah.
17 years.
I've been reading your Twitter responses to each other. I
Twitter
think
may not
you're-
be the best thing
I
because
was,
we
I was
do
actually going
fight.
to say maybe you can bring my hatred for Jason as well. We have to sit on the opposite side of the table so I don't punch him.
But you got raptor arms, so you can't reach me anyways. I got T-Rex arms. So there you go. That's your news, or I'm sorry, what is this? Listener feedback. Let's get to your news because we're like 2 hours into it.
In a world of heroes, villains, 6 British actors will come together to play Pathfinder. It's sort of like D&D, but also really not like D&D. Join Falter,
I immediately regret this decision.
Caragor,
Oh, I see you, Kenneth.
Velda,
Behold my arcane powers!
Shania,
Yes, I've cracked the case.
M,
No, kill him.
and the Dungeon Master for an actual play podcast that takes adventure seriously. Available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, and from DangerClubPodcast.com. Danger Club, let's roll. God, doing that voice hurts.
It's time for another installment of the news of the geek.
Welcome, everybody. News of the Geek for 2019. I was advised that I should do this all in my impressions just to see if it sounds better in 2019.
No.
Do the news of the geek completely an impression?
Some people just want to watch the one button. Okay, now I got it. Paul Doug and the New York Times. I can't do it. I don't know who I was there. George Takei?
I have no idea who you were either.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hello, I'm George Takei.
It's George. That's pretty
well,
good.
Yeah, that actually wasn't too bad.
Oh my.
My.
Per Doug and the New York Times, last Friday, Louis Rudd became the second person to cross Antarctica solo and unassisted
Ooh.
2 days after Colin O'Brady of Portland, Oregon became the first.
Oh.
For listeners of Hobie, we have a Worsley Award for somebody that went across Antarctica without a jacket a couple years ago and died.
No, the award was named after the guy
Correct.
who did that.
Correct.
The award isn't for going across the Antarctica.
Well, he did win it the first year.
Well, he won it the first.
Yes.
He won the kind of like in the
Carol Burnett Award. Yep.
Award. Yeah, she won. Did you see that?
What?
It would have been funny if she didn't get it.
That
Vicki
was-
Lawrence got it.
Well, she wasn't nominated. Did you see the bit?
No.
Oh, they were like, it's like
Scab
oh.
Jeff was nominated, wasn't he?
But they're like, oh, and the inaugural, Carol Burnett Award, and and they started just naming some actors sitting out in the crowd, and they go, and Carol Burnett, and she's standing backstage, and she has her fingers crossed.
O'Brady and Rudd captain in the British Army, began the trek as a race on November 3rd. Rudd finished his journey on day 56 at the foot of Leverett Glacier at 2:21 p.m. Eastern Time, a little more than 48 hours after Brady completed his expedition.
USA, USA.
It's nice when you finish that you're in the polar history books. Yes, because that's what everybody attains to. Rudd said by satellite phone, but it's all about the journey.
Oh, honestly, though, you're in the polar history books if you don't finish either.
Yep.
Is Tom Hanks in there? He drove a train pretty far across the polar. Get it? Polar Express.
No, I
anyway,
don't.
shut up.
Boo.
Here's your pass. Shut up.
But didn't Paul Walker go across to Antarctica?
No, that was he wrecked his car and died.
No, in Snow Dog, or I'm sorry, 8 Below.
Okay, that was good that you said 8 Below, because for a second I was like, that was Cuba Gooding Jr. and Skeet Ulrich in the ice cream truck. Wrong movie for me. Sorry.
Cuba Gooding Jr. was in Snow Dogs, but that was like in Alaska. But 8
His
Below,
second best movie.
behind Boat Trip.
Yes.
I thought Radio was up there.
Oh God, Radio was so bad, so bad.
I'm sorry. Go on with the Antarctica.
Rudd's trek covered 925 miles, according to his main sponsor, Shackleton, a British apparel company.
See,
They
he
make
had a
good.
coat.
They make good jackets.
Like O'Brady, he did the journey solo, unsupported by supply drops or similar help, and unaided by kites or other devices to harness the wind to help pull his heavy load. Yeah, he did.
See, I wouldn't call using kites to help harness the wind as being aided. I mean, that just makes sense.
Correct.
If you power, or, you control the kite, it's if other people are helping you or giving you food or supplies or shit like
But
that.
still under his own power and then not using.
Okay, not using wind.
Yes.
So that means he can't use like a slick piece of ice to skate across because that wouldn't be his own power.
No, it is because he propels himself.
On the Friday leg,
gravity takes him down a hill.
Rudd said
He's not allowed to fall.
Okay.
Can I finish?
No.
Okay. He began stripping clothing off because the weather was so warm. The visibility, though, was pretty poor, he said. It wasn't a whiteout, it was a flat light. I don't know what that means. You could see the sky, but there was no light coming through the high clouds. Oh, thanks. So you couldn't see the surface you were skiing over. It was really tricky. It was sort of a hard, icy surface. There you go, Jeff. What he's doing. Although Brady beat him in his quest, USA. Rudd is the only person to complete 2 traverses of Antarctica. His first was in 2017 with a team assembled from the British Armed Forces. UK.
I mean, wouldn't it make it easier for him, since he's already done it once, to do it again?
Yeah, so he's kind of cheating.
Yeah.
But he came in second anyway.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if...
So why is this article all about the guy who finished second, not the guy who finished first?
Even though we're on...
Because it's a British article.
Even though... You know what? The British finished second.
But apparently the New York Times is where we got it from.
Yes.
But,
The British finished second in something else. American Revolution. Yeah, USA, baby. Suck on those nuts. You can find us on nerdly.co.uk. Let's see.
suck on those nuts.
I like them apples.
Yeah. Wait. I think we're both in a race to see which country will fall first. Damn it. I'll take Brexit. I think they're going to be outlasted.
Brexit will leave before we get our wall, no matter what the president says tonight.
Oh, no, we're getting a wall.
Yeah, but the wall will hold us solid.
Maybe.
Because walls have done so good.
Through his latest polar journey, Rudd carried a flag bearing the family crest of a friend and mentor, Henry Worsley, who died in 2016 and after he was airlifted from the ice while trying to accomplish what O'Brady and Rudd did this week.
But only without a jacket.
Yeah. God, come on, Worsley, suck it up, man.
We are terrible, terrible people.
I mean, seriously. Oh, I'm going to cross Antarctica. Oh, how about a windbreaker even? Nope, not doing that. I'm a tough man. I'm unassisted.
The reason he did it is because his mom yelled, "Don't forget your jacket." He's like, "Geez, Mom," and he threw it on the ground and left.
I'll show you. It's in the car, Mom. Let's see. The pair split. Let's see here. Rudd and O'Brady split some food that had been buried at the site when they finished by Antarctica Logistics Expeditions.
That sounds to me like they were aided.
That was at the end.
That was after. That's after they finished.
O'Brady dug up the
Were they
supplies.
finished until they come and get them, though?
I like this. O'Brady dug up the supplies when he completed his trek, just waiting, finding a stash that included coffee, chocolate, fresh cheese, and ham. Maybe summer sausage.
How fresh is the cheese that's been dug,
Then buried in ice.
buried in ice months before?
Always fresh, never frozen. It wasn't Wendy's.
Did you see Wendy's the other day had a roast day?
Oh, yeah.
And they
National
asked
Roast
people
Day.
to, they said, hey, if you want us to roast you, just send it in. And Hooters said, okay, do us. And they're like, hey,
What do you got?
yeah, what do you got? Uniforms that we can wear in the winter. Poor Hooters.
Yeah, poor Hooters.
Let's see. Rudd said, I'm enjoying that for the moment. The food was buried last year for another explorer, Ben Saunders.
Oh, last year. That is definitely not fresh cheese.
who attempted a solo crossing without assistance. But again, like Worsley, he was a quitter and did not finish.
I don't think he died, though.
Well, maybe. We have no proof of that.
Yeah, it doesn't say if he quit or didn't finish.
When I first saw Ben Saunders, I thought Ben Carson for a second. I would love to see him do a trek across Antarctica.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, it would. Let's see here. Hillary Clinton, coach. She's not doing anything else. Down the hall. Let's see here. Quickies per Netflix. They're asking people, don't try this at home.
This is terrible.
They sent a message out last Wednesday tweeting, can't believe I have to say this, but please do not hurt yourselves with this Bird Box challenge. Let's see here. We don't know how this started, and we appreciate the love, but boy and girl have just one wish for 2019, and it is that you would not end up in the hospital due to memes. The Bird Box challenge, for those unfamiliar, requires the execution of random daily tasks while blindfolded, like Sandra Bullock's character in Netflix Bird Box movie. The thing is, in the movie, she has to do stuff while blindfolded because of, long story short, monsters.
Yes. Don't want to spoil anything about Bird Box, but you have to be blindfolded.
Did you watch it?
I have not. Have
No.
you?
No, I would think I'd rather see A Quiet Place. I think that was the ripoff.
How about both of them?
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
I'll be honest. Who am I? I'm not seeing either. The meme has taken social media by storm in the past week, largely because of the videos of blindfolded participants pratfalls, walking into walls, tripping over curbs, awkwardly putting on lipstick, masturbating. Perhaps it's something in the January air. Last year around this time, there were widespread warnings about an even stupider and dangerous meme, the Tide Pod Challenge. I think you should do the Tide Pod Challenge while blindfolded. Try that.
Oh, that would be good. What about the what was that stupid walk next to your car, dance next to your car challenge?
Oh, yeah, that thing, too.
Was that in January too?
No, that was in summer.
I saw one I hadn't seen before, just like today or yesterday or something, where and like the thing was an overhead shot, like someone on top of a building, and a lady gets out and she's dancing next to her car and doing little dances and throws her purse to the ground and keeps walking, and then stops as her car keeps going, and she runs back to try to stop the people from stealing her purse that she just threw on the ground as the motorcycle came, picked it up, and drove away.
You deserve it.
That's exactly it.
So please, we should podcast as a Bird Box Challenge. Everybody blindfolded.
We are.
Oh.
I took my glasses off. It's close enough.
How many fingers do I got?
17.
Oh, I just see one big blob.
That's just me.
Oh,
Here's my fingers. Woo! Sorry, I got raptor arms. Let me get them out. T-Rex arms. So please, kids, don't do that. Don't be idiots. Don't be driving in the car or canoeing across the river blindfolded.
Oh,
Okay.
I have an update.
Yes.
Ben Saunders is still alive.
Is he?
And as if we are.
Is Ben Carson?
Yes.
Okay. Ben Carson could probably have operated on Worsley if he needed to or help him.
but that would have been aided.
Oh, that's right. Nobody likes quitters. Let's see. Hey, Jeff, what are you doing September 28th through the 22nd, 2019?
I'm going to be at the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Jim, what are you doing?
Going to Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Blake? Good call. Anyways, so yes, September 20th through 22nd of this year. It's already 2019. It's 9 months away.
That's true. We don't have to actually say the year in the promo anymore.
Nope. We're at Cincinnati Comic Expo at Duke Energy Convention Center. Tickets go on sale pretty soon. Usually the VIP ones do. They're a great deal. They have a great offer usually January, February time. You can see Hobie there. Hopefully. We haven't got official, but hopefully. And
We'll be there.
We'll be there somewhere. And hopefully be playing trivia and podcasting there. Stop by and see us. They will be having great guests as well. Last year was awesome. We even got better prizes this year. Well, we got prizes. But anyways, so yes, Hobie will be there at the Cincinnati Comic Expo September 20th through the 22nd. Keep looking at our Facebook page. We'll be updating that, and the Cincinnati Comic Expo website and Facebook page. They just updated it for 2019.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right, box office. Well, we really don't have too many bombs because it was a pretty successful Christmas season for movies. So we'll just jump right into our top five.
Top five.
Top five of January 4th through the 6th. Number one, Aquaman again. Made another $31 million, a total of $260 million on a $160 million budget. Number two, Escape Room made $18 million in its opening weekend on a $9 million budget. You have any desire to see that one, Jay?
Escape Room?
Yeah.
No, but it's actually gotten a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Actually, you say that like it's a good thing.
Well, it's a horror movie, and they didn't, they weren't expecting much,
Yeah.
and I think it tripled what they were expecting.
Okay.
So that got like 50% higher on Rotten Tomatoes than Gotti.
Yes, 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 it did.
I'm actually intrigued to see it because I know we enjoy doing escape rooms. I'd like to see how they put that in a movie.
They said it was more thought provoking, like it was more interesting, thinking than what they thought like a typical.
So when you watch it, you're kind of like trying to play out the puzzles with them. Maybe
That's what I'm guessing.
That's what I would hope and kind of see that.
We need to do another escape room
We
and
do.
film it.
Ooh, I wonder they don't let you
No, they don't.
No.
because they don't want you giving away the secrets to the.
I'll get a GoPro. I'll go. I'll put it on. They won't know.
They won't know. They're not watching every move we make.
Every breath you take.
That's why you got kicked out for masturbating the first time we tried one.
I'm not a teacher.
That's why you didn't go to jail. You just got kicked out.
They missed me peeing in that sink to get that key out.
That was funny because you were literally going to pee in that sink. You're like, there's a key down this drain that's attached to a cork. Say, okay, we need to find the water. You're like, I gotta pee.
I didn't go pee, obviously, so I could use this.
Technically, I don't think it would be wrong. It is water.
Okay, number three, Mary Poppins Returns made another $16 million, a total of $139 million on a $130 million budget.
My wife and daughter saw this one. My daughter's almost 5, and she really liked it. And my wife said it was a lot better than she thought. It was very well done.
I was expecting it to be doing more business, to be honest.
I don't think it's made as much as they wanted to.
Maybe because everybody, like, since the Explorer kept telling us, Mary Poppins is going to be huge, that I started buying into it. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's done well, but I mean,
I think it's at 280 worldwide is what I saw this week.
3 weeks, that's not what I was expecting more. I mean, it's doing worldwide what Aquaman's doing domestically.
My wife said that Emily Blunt did a great job as that role, which I figured I would see it just because I think she could pull it off pretty easily.
And who knows, if she's good enough in the role, she might get Brit of the Year next year.
Ooh, Brit of the Year. Kevin, 365.
Yeah.
How you doing?
All right, and number 4, Spider-Man: Into the Spider-Verse made another $13 million, total of $134 million on a budget of $90 million.
This one is at 200-something million worldwide. It's not doing as well worldwide. I really hope it does well because I like to see Marvel do more of these.
I would like to see, because I really like this, and I understand, though, the sensibilities to it might not work on, especially foreign language cities or countries where, so a lot of jokes might not, and I mean, there was like subtle humor in this that just might not translate to other cultures.
So I will say this: there's a scene in the movie when Miles goes to the school, and his dad's a cop and drops him off, and he gets on the PA of the car and goes, he tells Miles, he goes, "Say I love you, say I love you," because he says it to his son, but it doesn't, and then he's saying it in front of the school, embarrassing. So my son was going down the street He was in from our house. He came down from a neighbor's house, and he was going past. He's like, and I was outside. He's like, Dad, can I go down so-and-so's house? I was like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, and his friends started walking by. I was like, say I love you. I was like, I love you. And he goes, uh-huh. I was like, no, say it. Say it. And then, my voice gets louder and louder. Say it. Say I love you. And he's like, stop it.
Did he say I love
No,
you?
he ran away. He ran down the street. But I just kept saying about 5 or 6, say I love you. I don't need a speaker on PA. I can get loud.
And at number 5, Bumblebee made another $12.8 million, total of $97 million on a $135 million budget.
They said this is actually disappointing. Worldwide, it's not even making that much either. And they said it's a shame, too, because this is one of the best films the best Transformers
It is.
film.
I went and actually saw it this week.
How'd you like it?
I enjoyed it. Again, it's not Michael Bay. His studio's making it,
Yeah.
but he has nothing to do with it. So there is some plot and some character development instead of just explosions.
Yeah, I my son really wanted to see this, but I'll be honest, after Spider-Man and Aquaman, I was like, okay, buddy. We spent and then my wife saw Mary Poppins with my daughter. I was like, okay, we need to stop on the movies.
But the characters were pretty well done, and they
Was Mark Wahlberg in it?
no, but John Cena was.
I heard he was. I heard he was okay.
Right? He is not a good actor.
He's not a good wrestler either.
I would rather him doing like comedic roles where his kind of over the top stodginess just can
Like
actually play
Trainwreck?
out. Yeah, or even Daddy's Home 2.
I was just gonna say Daddy's Home.
But he had maybe the best line in the movie. I was chuckling like for a few minutes after it when again Bumblebee comes down here and the Decepticons come down and try and get him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Spoilers.
They meet up with the American. That's kind of the entire
Yes.
plot. But then the Decepticons meet up with the U.S. government and convince them that hey, he's a fugitive from justice and that. And so they're in a meeting on whether or not they should help out the Transformers, the Decepticons. And his line was, they called themselves the Decepticons. That's in their name. I'm like, should we not trust them?
Okay, so better scene. I would have loved to have seen this be a psychological film of the Decepticons trying to convince the government, like in a boardroom, just for 2 hours, trying to convince that they're the good guys. I just see them sitting behind a desk, the Decepticons, folding their arms. Now, we're not bad guys. This is a fugitive. I want to see that story. How long did it take them to convince the government to help them?
You're not trying to deceive us, are you?
No, not at all. Not at all. You have a giant gun that's as big as this boardroom table. Shh, it's fine, it's fine. Is that guy a recorder over there?
Again, the only real transfer, other than the first opening scene when they're escaping Cybertron, is the only real Transformers in it are Bumblebee, the two Decepticons, who I don't even know which two they are.
Starscreamer?
No, Starscream, he follows Bumblebee, and Bumblebee kills him.
Oh, spoilers.
So I think maybe in a sequel, like he comes back because the government recovered the parts and everything, and I imagine I can see him coming back.
So what you're saying is you can't actually kill a Transformer.
Oh, they do it.
You just upgrade.
They did track down. Was it Rockhopper? Was it or no Cliff Jumper?
Cliff Jumper.
And they killed Cliff Jumper.
Kill Cliff Jumper.
Were
Spoiler.
dinosaurs in it?
No dinosaurs.
Okay. That was barely in the dinosaur movie, even.
In the opening scene, the Decepticons, there was Soundwave and Shockwave.
Okay.
I saw a clip of them.
Were any Transformers racist stereotypes?
Not in this one.
Shocking, since Michael Bay's studio did it. Does that robot have a Jamaican accent? Why? Why? They're not reproducing in Jamaica. They're from Cybertron. Sorry, go ahead.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about it.
Jeff, what you got?
All right, we've got opening January 11th of 2019. Oh, this says 18.
Damn it, Hackney!
Did I even read 18 on the last one, didn't I? Yeah.
Hackney!
Wow,
Damn
that
it.
one's worse. That's since January 4th, 2019 to January 6th, 2018.
It's a pretty big opening weekend.
Going back in time.
Back to reality.
All right, upcoming January 11th, 2019, we have A Dog's Way Home.
This is a pretty in-depth synopsis. A dog travels 400 miles in search of her owner.
Saw the preview for this. Mm-hmm. I think they showed the whole movie.
I was in the movie with you as Spider-Man, and we saw it together, and they did show the whole movie. They even showed them getting together at the end.
They're like, oh, look, well, it's a cute little puppy. I'm raising a puppy. Oh, no, the puppy ran away and got lost. Oh, someone else took the puppy far away. Oh, now it's a dog and going across and having these adventures. And look, there's my owner. Yay, we're together. I'm like, now do I need to see the movie?
That was almost as bad as the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom trailer. I just saw the whole movie. And then I saw the movie. I was like, I did see the whole movie.
Well, I think you'll get the same for A Dog's Way Home.
Or not, because I'm not going to see it.
We also have coming out Replicas opens this weekend.
And Replicas. Neuroscientist Will Foster is on the verge of successfully transferring human consciousness into a computer when his family is tragically killed in a car crash. Desperate to resurrect them, Will recruits fellow scientist Ed Whittle to help him secretly clone their bodies and create replicas that soon causes him to become a threat towards a government task force. Will eventually faces a Sophie's choice when it turns out that he can only bring 3 of the 4 family members back to life.
Wow, that sounds like a stupid stupid plot point to for no apparent reason. What's the reason we can only bring 3 of 4 back? So, Jim, you had to decide between bringing me or Jason back. Who do you pick?
You?
Thank you.
That doesn't count.
You don't have a blank, Jason.
Jim's not afraid of telling you who his favorites are.
You're his brother.
Yeah?
Probably would invite. Probably would.
I
say-
only asked the question because I knew the answer.
You're had a Blake because I don't think Blake's even alive anymore.
Who's Blake?
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
he's already been brought back as a robot.
As a robot.
And we saw how that
and
ended.
And as a foreigner. Black.
Black.
What the hell is black?
He didn't even show up today.
Well, anyway, also upcoming this weekend, we have The Upside opening.
A comedic look at the relationship between a wealthy man with quadriplegia and an unemployed man with a criminal record who's hired to help him.
Is that a form of a disease? Quadriplegia?
He's a quadriplegic.
I get that, but it was just the wording.
This is
Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart.
Yes.
It looks enjoyable. I would not pay to see it, though.
No, it looks like something that would be fun to watch once it hits, HBO or something.
Yeah. Pop TV.
And the person who got the highest billing, Nicole Kidman.
She got the highest billing on that?
Because she made the most money out of all of them.
That wouldn't even be alphabetical.
No.
Maybe in the New Zealand world, because it's upside down.
It's upside down.
See?
Oh, I got you.
See, get it? The upside? It's upside down.
Ah.
Bump, bump. Here all year.
Unfortunately.
Well, yeah, according to Jim.
Yeah. And we have no major openings, so we have no buy-sell this week.
Well, we did. The only was Escape Room, and nobody was in that.
Yeah, probably nobody on the Hollywood Stock Exchange.
And I'll be honest, next week we do have people, so that's better.
Well, yeah, because
Kevin Hart, Bryan
Bryan Cranston, and Nicole Kidman.
And Keanu Reeves.
And Keanu Reeves from Replicas.
And to make a long story short, you
Too
all
late.
arrived.
And the dog from A Dog's Way Home. We'll put him up.
I know how it ends.
Oh.
It would be funny if, like, the dog's running to the master at the end, gets hit by a bear.
Oh, mauled by a bear in the middle of a city park.
And the owner's like, I'm good. I'm going to go this way now.
I'm
not
okay.
gonna
I
stop.
already bought his replacement.
3 years ago. This thing's been missing for 8 years. How much life does it have left?
A Dog's Way Home, Bryce Dallas Howard, Ashley Judd,
I heard of them.
Edward James Olmos.
Ooh.
He's awesome in the Mayans.
Is he in the Mayans?
Yeah. He has a... Jim, did you watch the Mayans yet?
Not yet.
He has to finish Winona Earp.
I'm 5 episodes behind. Well, actually, I got 5 episodes left of the season.
Yeah.
I enjoy it a lot. There's a whole lot. I need a flow chart to figure out who's doing what, secrets. It's a mess, but I enjoy it. It's very well done. But it's kind of like the first season of Sons. Like they're trying to do a lot to lay the groundwork. But I've enjoyed it. And Edward James Olmos is always good.
Yeah, I trust I'm going to enjoy a lot what Kurt Sutter does. So
Let's do some top 5. Oh, yeah, the best top 5 music in the business, baby. On Smooth 98.5.
Home of Blake and Ditman in the morning.
Oh, yeah, or at least the Ditman. Yeah.
The Ditman in the morning.
somebody in the Ditman in the morning.
Black and the Ditman. Jim's going to be a guest host on Black and the Ditman tomorrow morning at 98.5 from 6 a.m. till 10. So be sure you listen, Jim.
I'm going to have to get up awfully early for that.
You're just going to stay awake.
Okay.
You do that. I'll be on next week, so that's good. And then Blick may be back. Who knows? It depends if the government opens or not. So, top 5 this week. Top 5 resolutions. We went for pop culture.
Yeah. The resolutions we want the world of pop culture to embrace.
Also, just to let you know, next week it's our 5-year anniversary episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I've got nothing to wear.
Ooh.
You got some comfy underwear.
Oh, yeah. I do have
MeUndies.
that.
MeUndies. Yeah,
yes.
MeUndies. This episode not sponsored by MeUndies, but it could be.
It could be.
Hey.
Should I write them?
Yes.
Say, hey, do you want to sponsor my podcast?
Yeah, please listen.
We don't have anywhere near the listeners that Kevin Smith has.
Yes, we do. We're more.
We have more listeners than Kevin Smith does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kevin Smith from
Oh, no.
Indiana.
No, the other Kevin Smith.
Oh, that one.
That
one.
Kevin Smith.
Oh, that one. I was like,
Oh, yeah, Kevin Smith, Indiana, who has two listeners.
yeah, fuck him. We're better than that Kevin Smith.
The Farm
Fuck him.
Podcast with Kevin Smith.
Yeah. You can also listen to the Farm Podcast on the Hobie Network.
We do have more listeners than the Down the Hall podcast. And
Culture Babble. More reason.
Or was it Soapbox? That's what
Soapbox.
it was
I always call it Stumpy.
you had me on like Stump.
better than-
Soapbox.
The what is it? The KKK one. We're listening to that. We don't have as crazy of listeners though. So that's good.
But no one wants crazy listeners to buy their products.
Crazy.
I mean, if you were MeUndies, would you want somebody crazy to go out and serial kill and then find out he's wearing your underwear?
If he's only wearing your underwear?
Is this
The
John?
MeUndies killer?
Is this Gacy?
He's got smiley faces on it.
He's got a narwhal. Let's see here. Top 5 resolutions. I'll go first. Number 5. This is more for everything. The word snowflake is never uttered again. I fucking hate that word.
No, I'm going to utter it.
No, I meant snowflake in the form of politics.
I know. I'm still going to utter it.
Fuck you. Rip. That didn't sound right. I was going to rip your MeUndies off. That doesn't sound good.
Well,
Can I leave before that happens?
Oh no, you picked him. Oh no. Oh my.
Well,
George Takei.
I'm going to move on to my number 5. This is a broad, general one.
Oh, I was going to talk more about this, but fuck that. Never mind. Go ahead.
Does really do people need to talk more about snowflakes?
Yeah, you should stop first and stop using it right now.
I mean, I agree with you. I hate using the word, or I hate the word being used. I was just being
Because it works both sides.
adversarial.
Both sides are
Because
idiots.
Blake's not here to argue, so Jeff was going to argue.
Yeah,
that.
I thought we could have our first argument.
Can't stay mad at you, Sandwich.
Oh.
Do you have something else to say about snowflakes?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
You ruined it.
Okay. Well, my number 5 is don't. Just don't. Think about it. Say, no, don't.
Jim, what's your number 5?
I
not
hope
so fun, is
I
it?
just found I thought of another one, so I had to Hobie it at number 5.
Oh, that's all I had to say about it.
My first one is new top 5 music.
What? After I just said I finally embraced this top 5 music, you want new top 5 music?
Oh, yeah, that's why I wrote it down. And the other one
I mean,
is...
Henno was supposed to give it to us, but he
Oh,
gave
Henno gave it to me, baby. His abs. Oh, my God.
Okay, and my real number 5 is stop remakes. Just let's do more original films from Hollywood. There's plenty of good books out there, stuff that we can turn into screenplays, some original ideas.
Normally, I agree with that. The problem is, for a business whose job is to make money, a lot of them don't make money.
On a side note, Bautista signed on to make Dune today. Speaking of remakes.
Well, I'm just saying, like, the things that make money are the familiar and what everyone knows. Something like, well, bad example because it wasn't a good film, but Mortal Engines came out, was supposed to do something different, and that didn't do well at all.
But let's just say, like, something like Avatar came out. That was new, different. That made a ton of money. I'm not a big James Cameron fan, but he's doing new stuff.
No, he's doing Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Well,
He wasn't doing new stuff.
well, sequels aren't as bad as
So you're allowed
remakes.
You're allowed to. You just don't
You're
want
allowed some
remakes.
sequels and stuff. Yeah, I mean, you're allowed to continue the stories.
See, the thing
These
is,
original stories, you're allowed to continue them on.
well, and I got a question.
7.
I know you didn't see it, but you said your wife saw Mary Poppins Returns. Was that really a sequel
Yes.
or more of just a remake?
Sequel.
But I mean,
The kids were losing the house. The kids are grown up, and now they're
so
losing the house.
it was actually the kids from the first movie were the adults in this movie.
Yes.
And they went back and got their nanny who
Flew away.
got younger
I don't know how.
She flew away.
but she's younger than she was.
Hey,
Why are you disbelieving that? She flew away.
She got sucked into a jet engine, okay? Shut up.
No, that was Sherry Bobbin.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
If you're going to disbelieve, get away from disbelief, then
This
do
is
for
where you're going to
everything.
take your stand, Jeff?
Yeah.
Mary Poppins?
My suspension of disbelief, I can understand her flying with an umbrella. I just can't understand her not aging or aging backwards
She was in the
or
make-believe
becoming
land.
even more beautiful.
Yeah. Number 4, Jim?
My number 4 is no Michael Bay movies.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
can get behind that. I thought about that as an honorable mention for me.
But at least one Yui Bowl project.
Per month. Month.
Per month. Oh, God, what was the Yui Bull tweet I shared a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, he was talking about making something. It
Yeah,
sounded atrocious. I mean, see, that's an original idea he has.
Well, it was a video game, I think. He was talking about some video game. He's like, should I get the rights for this movie? And I'm like, oh, yeah. I don't remember what it was, though.
Breakout. Circus.
Circus Story.
Yeah.
Circus Story.
I don't remember what that is.
I'll try and find that while you go on
All right.
yours.
Number 4, Jeff?
My number 4 is for the music industry.
Mhm.
I want you to just
Don't.
I want rock music to become a little more prevalent than it has been for this past decade. All this poppy stuff that's been on the charts, and the country music just seems to get more popular every year, which I thought it already had reached its saturation point, but apparently not.
No.
So it's like, just get rock back on the charts.
My number 4 is MGM, Sony, whatever, finally decides on a new Bond. A new James Bond. I would
That
like
was
to
my
see
number
that.
3.
Was it?
Yes.
Look at that.
And
And you
thought
still
they-
chose Jeff over
James Bond to decide their new future Bond.
I thought they already did.
me. Mm-mm. They haven't decided yet.
Oh, I thought Scarlett Johansson was going to be the first
black.
black Bond. That I was just reading an article about, or a listicle, whatever it is, about fake news items that people took as real, and it's like, how you people are like screaming at like Onion articles. I'm like, God, people read the damn thing,
Why would they do that? Why would they do that, Jeff?
because that don't.
Number 3 for me is Marvel should make more animated theatrical films, like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
Give me a Spider-Gwen movie.
Yeah, if they make them right.
Correct. Give me a Spider-Gwen one. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones I would like. Nicolas Cage, Spider Noir.
No, That was the one reason why I had to knock them down a half a letter grade was Nicolas Cage.
It was his
in the
birthday
movie.
yesterday. Nicolas Cage.
So he's
Happy
1 year closer to death.
You know why I got him? A bunny.
Put the
He wouldn't put
money
it down,
back
though.
in the box.
He liked it so much he wouldn't put it down. On a side note, I got the Spider-Man video game for the PlayStation for Christmas. It made me stop playing Red Dead Redemption for 2.5 weeks so far.
Wow.
I love this game. And I got the Iron Spider suit a couple days ago,
Oh,
the one with
no.
the tentacles.
Yeah.
You can take out like 6 bad guys at one time. It's amazing. So it's a fun game. Let's see here. So yeah, that's my number 3. Jeff, what's your 3?
My number 3 is network television. You got your wake up call by the fact that like hardly anything you had was nominated for Golden Globes.
Or a Tony.
Well, yeah, nothing was nominated for a Tony from network.
Not even
television.
Christopher Walken?
But you got your wake up calls. Try to get better projects that people will like more instead of just recycling a bunch of crap for network television. You know, like our free over the air television. I would like to see them be more creative.
Mhm.
I mean, you got like 2 good shows on network television.
This Is Us.
This Is Us and The Good Place.
I don't know. It's a good place.
Well, you should watch The Good
Riverdale, Black Lightning.
Place. No.
This Is Us.
Million Little Things.
Million Little Things.
Million Little Things is all right.
The Rookie.
But Million Little Things is pretty much just trying to copy This Is Us.
We are caught up on The Rookie. That winter finale is awful.
Is that the shooting?
Yeah, he killed the guy because
What?
that case would be done like within a day. You know, because they have video of the guy turning and pointing the gun at Nathan Fillion's character.
Oh, yeah. They should have had more on how he deals with it.
Correct.
On taking a life.
Wait,
Rather than the cops, like, he's worried that is this a good shoot or not a good shoot? No, it was obviously a good shoot.
The guy had a gun. I think it would have been funny if they said, no, it's not a good shoot. Nathan Fillion, you're off the police. The end. That's the end of the series.
Well, didn't the commissioner not want, or somebody higher up don't want the?
They kind of softened that lately. Like, they don't do the captain anymore, not really wanting him on the force anymore, which was good, because that was my only complaint the first couple episodes. The captain was too much of an asshole to him for no reason. I know why. Oh, everybody would try to do it. Whatever.
Well, he picks the captain as his representative to talk to him after the shoot. And he's like, "Why'd you pick me?" He's like, "Because you'll tell me how it is."
If I made the right call or not.
Yeah.
No matter what. Jim, what's your number 3?
My number 3 was new top 5 or
New Bond?
new top 5 music. New James Bond.
Okay.
Who's it going to be?
And number 2?
And that was my number. My number 2 would be. I want South Park to keep up with the momentum they've gained from this season.
Really good season?
This was a great season.
It's gotten better. Well, last season was probably an all-time low.
Yeah.
Is that when they were all connecting?
Yeah.
And they said they won't do that again.
And it wasn't the fact they were connecting was a problem. The problem was with the whole Trump winning, and they didn't know how to handle that because no one expected it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so their Trump stand-in was Mr. Garrison.
Okay.
And so now they're like have Mr. Garrison as the president of the United States.
And they just did too much of that.
Yeah.
This year they just they went more on their own with that, more other up to date what's happening, other than Trump.
Yeah. What's your number 2, Jeff?
My number 2 is I want with Game of Thrones coming back in a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to correct the boat from last year's season or season 7 or season 6.
Yeah.
And have a good season 7. I want them to get back to the direction they should have been going. Because, I just have a feeling that it's not going to be... It's going to be visually beautiful, but the story is just going to fall flat and disappoint.
I think you might be surprised. And I've never, like I said, I'm not Game of Thrones into it. I just never really been able to watch it. But I think they might be more focused this year because they've had more time. and they don't have to worry about filling 10 episodes. It's 6 or 7. Granted, they're an hour and a half long.
Yeah. Oh, I hope you're right, but the problem is, to me, it felt like they forgot how to write last year.
Well, but they're on their own
Yeah.
for story-wise.
Well, the Hobbit
I know,
writer,
and it's scaring me because
I don't
think-
like that.
and I'm hoping they are somehow able to correct it.
George R.R. Martin forgot to write. That's why his book isn't out.
Yeah. Well, that'll come up later.
That'll come up later.
The next one, because you only got one. Number 2 for me, I hope DC Films actually has a plan for their films. I don't care about the Joker film at all with Joaquin Phoenix. I don't care. And that's fine if you're doing an Elseworlds type of movie. You don't even have to have them all connect. But, like, Aquaman had one line in about Justice League, which I thought was funny. But that was it. And so I'm like, that's fine. You don't have to have them connect. But I want some, like, lesser-known guys in it. I want, like Aquaman was not a main character until they made this film. And I hope they start taking a chance on that and realize that we can just make good films. Let's just do that. You don't need the main characters to be in the end. You don't need Joker. You don't need Batman. You don't need Superman. Oh, God, you don't need Superman. Unless Henry Cavill is topless. God, yeah.
Did I just see something that said, is Henry Cavill the best looking hairy chest, or has the best hairy chest in Hollywood?
He might.
I'm like, what?
Hugh Jackman's up there.
Roar.
Wow, he sings and dances. Number 1 for me is two-parter here. Heno and 365 Flicks are to come to Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
That is my number 1 hope and resolution for it. So
Let's throw in Pittsburgh Nerd.
Pittsburgh Nerd and I guess Besotted Geek.
Well,
And maybe Scott, the Canadian of the Year, he can come here.
we can come.
Does he have any chores for next week?
Ooh, I haven't thought of any.
If he couldn't live in Canada, what country would he live in?
And if he chooses the United States, what state or region?
And why?
And if he doesn't choose the United States, it's understandable.
Yes. What's your number 1, Jeff?
My number 1 is I wish people who are writing books, series, who are taking forever to get the next book out, to get them done, to crack down and get it. I mean, I would rather have a good book than a quick book, but at some point you got to shit or get off the pot.
We're looking at you, James Patterson. You've only had 8 books come out last year.
In the past 6 hours.
So I'm leaning that towards Mr. G.R.R. Martin
And
Mr. Patrick Rothfuss.
well, there's my number 1.
Grr, Martin. Did you say Grr, Martin? G-R-R? Grr, Martin.
Yeah, mine was George R.R. Martin and Patrick Rothfuss to finish up the stories in their next line of their books.
Anybody
Or at least get some solid progress. Because, I see these guys doing interviews and doing all this stuff, and they're like, I mean, pretty much all I'm getting from them is I'm no farther than I was last time.
They did come out with a report that George R.R. Martin changed his book up. It's now a Choose Your Own Adventure.
I heard that.
Yeah. Do you kill the dragon? Yes. You died. No, my finger was still on it. I didn't change.
Oh, talking about Choose Your Own Adventures, did you watch that Netflix?
The Black Mirror?
thing?
I did not yet.
Okay.
You can choose. Well,
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but I heard.
my son watches Minecraft on Netflix.
I thought you were going to say your son watches Black
Yeah,
Mirror.
why
My son
not?
watches Black Mirror.
They have a Minecraft cartoon, and it's the same thing. It's a Choose Your Own Adventure on Netflix.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's kind of cool that he goes through and flips them, and it's a TV series they have on it.
Interesting.
So,
Well, at least that's something good that comes.
well,
out
it
of
was funny. He was in the other room, and he was watching, and he's like, I gotta go get some from the kitchen. I was like, you only have 10 seconds, Mayor. Pick. Oh my gosh! He comes running in.
Oh, I thought you would make the decision.
No,
for him.
I was in the kitchen. I was in the
Jason killed him.
Save the princess. Dead. Damn it. Let's see some honorable mentions. They find something on Oak Island to make Blake happy.
Oh, that would be great.
They've been finding stuff all season.
buttons.
They found gold. They found a gold brooch this year.
Script.
They found the script.
Chumley from Pawn Stars.
What are you doing here?
They found the old man. They didn't realize they buried him on Oak Island.
Damn it, Chumley.
100 years ago. See, Pawn Stars is now an hour long. Why? Why is this an hour long?
It wasn't an hour long.
No, it was a
before.
half hour, I guess.
They did hour longs before.
Yeah, now it's full or all new this season. Is an
Most
hour.
of them, I mean, you have American Pickers is an hour long.
I didn't.
I like American
I didn't know
Pickers.
they were still doing Pawn Stars.
I didn't either. I just saw a commercial when I was watching American Pickers. And I like Pickers, but the parts that, I got this house for you to go pick, it's like, oh, God, this is so bad and so badly acted.
No, what I don't like about it is the fact that everyone knows that certain things are that you're not just stumbling across these things.
Correct.
These things are all vetted before you come out. Why not? I mean, why keep up the charade that
Correct.
these two guys are driving alone when you got like trailers following you? Every place they go is set up ahead of time. My boss applied for them to come and
Really?
look at his stuff.
Did they say yes?
They haven't responded.
Oh, okay.
But he sent them tons of pictures of his. He's got a lake house down in Cumberland, Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, a near the lake house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. That just for years I keep hearing about his lake house, and I see pictures, and I'm like, wait a minute,
There's no lake.
where's the lake? It's like, well, see, if you look over those trees in the back, I'm like, that's not a lake house. It's lake adjacent, maybe.
Across the highway.
But he's the kind of guy who he buys all this crap because it might be worth something someday. And we tell him, it's like, you realize when you die, your son is just going to get rid of everything because he doesn't want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But he wanted Pawn Stars to come and look at his collection of
American
shit.
Pickers.
Or, I'm sorry, American Pickers.
So what probably hasn't changed on the show is those guys probably still share the same hotel room.
I don't think they ever did.
What? Yeah, they do.
We did
Not
have...
there's anything wrong with it.
I don't share hotel rooms. Top 5
You do
listeners.
with your wife.
Yeah, you do with your lover.
I know.
Yeah, if Henna wanted to share a hotel room with you, you would.
Secret lover.
It's not secret if you sing about it.
Out in the open, lover. I will say, these mics have made me want to sing more on the show.
Oh, crap.
I just want to sing.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Top 5 listener picks. Dev. Number 5, DC to stop trying to make live-action movies and stick with animated films. This one is really just to piss off Kevin from 365.
I agree. Or at least the pissing off Kevin part.
Not pissing on, though. Marvel and DC to stop writing comics for the next big event. Just give good, solid stories that run until the creator can't keep the story fresh. I agree on that.
They should always do that. The big event shouldn't be what drives comics.
Rob
It is
Liefeld.
now, though.
Well, they should go back away from it. And I
Rob Liefeld to draw less pockets and more feet.
100% agree with that.
That's never going to happen. Hollywood to quit rebooting, reimagining, retooling classic movies and TV shows. What about Car 54? Where are you? That was a great movie. And take some risks with fresh games. With fresh ideas, sorry. Also, stop giving Dave Franco work.
I love that one.
I don't quite understand the evil swipe at Dave Franco.
I would rather have James Franco not working.
When I responded about, really, Dave Franco? He's like, oh, yeah, take James out, too.
1B, more coverage of new board games and less on video games. I don't need to hear about 2K, whatever, or incomplete games from EA. What I do need to do is hear about hot titles come out, Spiel, Essen, or Origins. Though less from Origins because of Ohio. Hey.
Yeah, taking a swipe at Ohio.
Shut it. Just because you live in Ohio's hat. Dudes, and Canada's jockstrap, Michigan. Dudes, 1A, dudes to learn that just because pretty lady is in costume is willing to take a picture with you, that doesn't mean you have free range to touch them or they want to touch your penis. Ever. Hashtag Hobie that shit. He also went on to say, if you're a man and that, you can't be touched either.
Yeah.
I think this is pretty common, and people still try to do this at events.
Yeah, he said, and if you're a man dressed up, you shouldn't touch them, even though they probably want to be touched.
Correct.
You shouldn't do it anyway, and that men who, treat women that way should be treated that way against, other men. Treat them the way.
But I think if you dress up and you look fantastic and you're at a comic expo and people want to take a picture with you, take a picture with them. Don't bitch about it because you're the one who dressed up and you look fantastic and everybody wants to take your picture.
Okay, shoot,
That's
Aqua
the
Woman.
point.
Calvin and Hobbes animated series on Netflix is an honorable mention.
That would be interesting. I don't know if Watterson would do it, but
No, he won't.
damn it, that's your resolution, Bill. Do it.
From the superiority complex, diversity in movies and TV have made strides in the recent past. But I like to see more people of a particular culture played by people of that culture.
They've done a lot better of that.
They
Yes.
have.
But you still get Johnny Depp playing an Indian.
Well, he is 1/10 Sioux. No, he is a person named
Yes.
Sue in his family.
Oh,
But yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. And they're like, oh, well, this was a white person. Yeah, it was, because it was made in the 50s and 60s. That's why.
the question though is, does that mean you can't do Hamilton?
Ooh. That's interesting. That is interesting. I don't know.
Because does that mean Hamilton has to, have people of certain race or ethnic backgrounds play the people?
That's a good question.
Just curious.
That's a good one for Soapbox,
Down the hall.
which is on after Blake and the Dipman on 98.5. Or Black. There you go. There's our first new episode. It was a long one because we haven't seen each other in a while. Well, we've seen each other, but we haven't talked like that. And from Bad Ideas, from Paul. If you have a bad idea, send it on over to us at hobiepod@gmail.com or better chance, direct message or on Twitter at Bad Ideas Podcast.
Did Paul come up with the number for this one too?
Yes, you did.
123,456. Shoving Riverdale down someone's throat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, I get it, but I thought it should. I think he wants it to be 1, 2, 3,
Nope.
4, 5, and 6.
Nope, it's 123,456. I would shove Riverdale down my throat, especially those abs.
I just threw up in my mouth.
Archie abs.
Oh, can I add a new resolution that we just stopped talking about Riverdale ever?
Oh yes, that's my new number 1.
Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
Yes, change approved.
Change approved. What?
Black says no.
Riverdale will never be spoken about on this show. Change approved.
So anyways, I was watching Riverdale, and I was thinking... Oh,
No,
sorry.
you weren't thinking. You were never thinking if you're watching Riverdale.
He was drooling.
Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. It's not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Addendum.
Titles for the show.
Go, Jeff. You got anything?
I have one thing. I didn't do a good job of keeping up with this week. I just have Out in the Open Lover.
I have. Is there room for meat?
Do you like that one?
And because I saw him write that down, I thought, well, that's going to win.
I have, Is That the Line? I think we've done that one before, though. It's flipping and it's flopping. It's patchy. And is there room for meat? So, what was yours again, Jim? The meat one was it?
Is there room for meat?
Is there room for meat? Okay, there's room. That's it. Change approved. That was the quickest addendum ever.
It was. Bye.
You've been listening to Hobie.